Press one.
I ain't going there because I don't like the drama.
No, don't do it. I haven't heard this one. This is nice.
What up? What up? What up? Gia had to get them couple seconds in, man, so we don't not I mean, this is members anyway, so like I don't ever monetize these or anything, but if we show it off later or something, or I clip it up, who knows, you know what I mean?
Right.
But what's up, everybody in the chat? What's up, everybody on the panel? Thanks for joining me tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, everybody.
Absolutely.
Hello, all. A quick hi.
Yeah.
Hello, Kitty.
Lady Smith, Sophia B. What up? Let's see. Georgia Peach, Monique,
What up?
Candle, Terry, what up? Flintstone Girl, what's going on? Random. Oh, he got in or she got in. What up? What up? Tammy C, what's going on with you? Oh, shit. Everybody in the house chilling. Gia. So what's up, everybody? What's up? What's going on with y'all, man? I've been missing the Sundays, so I was like, man, I gotta get this in. I gotta hang out with my peoples. You know what I'm saying? I gotta hang out with my peoples.
Just Josh look ready to go. That's all I know.
That's my
Yes,
shooter.
sir.
Yeah. Nice.
Dude, are
G2,
those AI
G2.
gloves? What's
No.
up with that?
No, these are I love these. These are my shooter gloves. When I go to the range, they're just awesome. They fit tight. They got the grips. They work with your cell phone. Nah, I love these gloves, and they haven't worn yet. Yeah, they're just awesome.
All right, so first off, I'm gonna let Backwoods give a warning to everybody about a certain somebody that be hanging out in people's chats and trying to attack people, because we never put out an official warning, and he got into a little beef the other night, and I think maybe we should warn the secret society so they know to keep their eyes open, and just in case they missed anything. What you think, Backwoods?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, Drops Family Garden.
Mm.
He is not a good guy. This is something that's been going on for a while, and I know, like, you know, that night that Tribe had put up the deal, you know, he jumps up on the panel. Tribe had to kick him off, man. You know, dude, if Tribe kicks somebody off, you know you're a piece of shit. Dangerous Freedom had kicked this dude off, man. I heard Truth with Tom kick this motherfucker off. You know, I've been on multiple deals. He is not good. I'm just telling you that what I can't say a name as far as it goes on this part. All I know is I seen a couple of emails that where Drop had said, I'm pretty sure I've honed in on where you live. We should meet. This was to a woman, and the woman was married. And regardless if the woman was married or not, these are not the kind of emails that you send to a woman. Nah. He is a piece of shit. He is not. If you see him in the chat and you're a mod, my advice is block his ass from the channel. I'm just telling you, he's a piece of shit. Straightforward. I went at it with him when I seen him in the chat last night. I was pretty much asleep on the couch, man. I was pretty much zonked and was just messing with the phone, you know, trying to get to sleep. Seen him in the chat and Georgia Peaches last night. and went up on there because he started talking that bullshit about, man, because I was dogging him in the chat, you know, and going at him, and he's like, I'm recording this, and I'm gonna get you for defamation of character, and I'm screenshotting this. So I got up on there and I let him have an opportunity to screenshot me for real, like this. I was like, screenshot this, bitch, you know, and get
Right,
you some of
right.
that. So yes,
Just wanted to let y'all know because we got a lot of ladies in the circle. You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
got to watch out for these fools, man.
Could I add to this?
Yeah.
So in this community here or anywhere on YouTube, what I've identified over time is that we have black hats, white hats, feds, lonelies, and fucking psychos. And many of you know I spent a lot of time on Dangerous Freedom. There is only one person, one time ever, Ron called me after a show and said, make sure you do not give him any information, email, otherwise, period. And it was drops. And if you think about that, that's pretty deep because being on that channel in the evening, we saw all the roaches come out of the walls. I've seen it all, and I've seen people's natures when they're all fucked up or whatever, okay? But drops makes me shake. He does not live far from me, and I know for a fact that he spent a good bit of time trying to find my personal information through other folks. But it says a lot to me that that is the only person Ron called me immediately after a show and warned me about.
No doubt, no doubt. And
Yep.
I heard some stuff from other people back when I would talk to others that really we don't talk to anymore. But I mean, they all were dropping his name, and I think some people are connected. I can't prove it or I can't,
Mhm.
but I think there's some people that came into this community and they already knew that dude. And I don't know, man. I can't say for sure what's what, but there's some other motherfuckers that really I question, man. I really question some people around. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man.
Mhm.
If I get any clear 100% knowledge, I'll be sure to share it. But for now, we'll just see what happens, man. Hopefully that dude just goes the hell away. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because I you know, when it's somebody like that, like I've already told Nisi, like when I'm live, regular, not members, but regular, we're just gonna keep him out the chat and everything. You know, you sitting there stalking women and you know that. Nah, you got to go, man. You got to go, and you can tell he's off if you listen to that dude talk, man. He is fucking out there.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, he ain't. He's got a couple screws loose, man.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
I've never met this person or ran across this person, so I'll get with you after this to figure out who he is.
You wasn't on the live when him and Ghetto kind of went at it a little bit, and then he dropped the N-word on Ghetto.
Mhm.
And that's when I booted him. I was like, oh, you got to go now. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
no racist shit now. See,
Oh, yeah.
but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But
I think the takeaway is trust your gut. If you feel funny about somebody or you notice some stuff or you notice them asking little questions, they can add shit up. Pay attention, y'all, because this, we've seen this, I feel like a lot of examples to teach you OPSEC.
Yes.
Well, let
No doubt.
me just since we're on a members only, I ain't really told very many people this. If you don't mind, Tribe, I'd like to share something because I think it's necessary for protection of not only women but
Scare me there for a second. Scare me there for a second. I thought you were about to come out the closet or some shit.
Yeah, dang man, trying to be all serious and stuff, man.
I swear.
No.
What's up, man? What's up, brother? What's up?
Hey man, for real, I'm just gonna tell y'all, man, that it's been a few years back, but someone tried to groom my daughter, my middle-aged daughter. And luckily, because my wife stays very on top of everything that is going on, she caught it very quickly. And I did a lot of research on that to see what was going on. And I actually did a very big safety meeting at the job that I had in front of, I don't know, it's probably 1,000 people in there. You know, I come up with all the stuff, had some videos and stuff to show to, because man, this scared the hell out of me, dude. You know, and I don't want nobody else's daughters or sons, because it's not just girls they go after,
Mhm.
and especially any of the women. And what the things they'll do is they'll do little things like, man, it really stormed here last night. You know what? You know, are you getting storms? Oh yeah, you know, it's storming bad. Well, now see, you can narrow down in the United States where them storms are, right?
Yeah.
Then the next thing they'll do is they'll do something like, man, I was at the ball game, man, and my Panthers, man, they didn't do very good, man. And try to hit you up like about a football game or a basketball game, and then they'll, just, you're like, yeah, football, whatever. And yeah, what's y'all school mascot? And it seems like such innocent questions. But then you say a
Yeah.
school mascot, bam, now they've got you narrowed down to a mascot, and it was storming in these three areas, you know what I'm saying, in the United States. And that's how they do this shit. And so when you get people asking these really weird questions,
Mhm.
you don't really know them. I mean, they're just kind of, trying to be all nice and shit. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the kind of things you need to watch for, y'all. And I'm just telling you, so we actually called the police, and we had a detective actually come to our house, and we gave them access to the phone and everything. Do you know this person was over in it's a place over in Russia, actually.
What?
And
Damn.
yeah. Now what they do, this detective laid it all out there for us, man. What they do is they community share. So when that person over there picks up on ones like, all right, this person's in the United States, I'm gonna narrow it down. I'm gonna trade you for this girl over here that's over in my area. These
Yeah.
motherfuckers get on there and trade each other,
All right.
trade information for girls, man, dude. It's scary, scary shit, dude.
Yeah.
That's a
Scary
good
shit.
segue for me to answer Nisi's question. She says, elaborate on white hat, black hat. Because I said, I think we have white hats, black hats,
Yeah.
feds, lonelies, and psychos. In a nutshell, between white hat and black hat, the biggest thing going on now is data mining. There are people who seek information for good intentions. Those would be white hats. There are people who seek information for bad intent. That would be black hats. We are classified as terrorists just for canning. That's where your feds might come in. And I think the lonelies and psychos are self-explanatory. And Ghost, it's good
No
to see
doubt.
you.
Yeah, Ghost, what's up, bud?
What up, brother?
Yeah. What up, Ghost? What up? Surprised he popped in, but that's what's up, Roots. Appreciate it. Appreciate the breakdown.
Well, that's my interpretation, and obviously others can add to that or in chat or elsewhere, but that's my perception of it.
No doubt. No doubt.
Thank you for that. Jeez.
But moving on to something different, I do want to dive into like two things. One thing is for just Josh. I'm gonna let him dive into it when he's ready. About the damn it, how can I say, I don't want to get tagged from YouTube, man. They coming down hard on people.
I don't know anything about that.
You know something about the next 2020. But anyway,
Uh-oh.
first I want to let because this is the members, man. This is our circle, and this is our peoples. And I gotta say, man, I started falling for like the Russian China propaganda. It started making me question whether the U.S. was really just trying to push shit out there for their own agenda and that, you know, it really wasn't so bad over there and shit like that, right? I shared it on my community post. If you go on my community post, it's the last one I posted. Even after this live, I posted it after I posted this live on there. It's got the UN meeting, and they had all the different UN members and shit. Had China, the Russian Federation, but they had Belarus, but they had Ukraine. And that's who I was waiting to hear from, because I wanted to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. And by hearing them, I would know whether US is just bullshitting around trying to stir up shit, or something really up. And I'm telling you, if you listen to what Ukraine said in this meeting, it's proof to me. You know, this is from the horse's mouth. They had France, UK, and then I watched the UK thing afterwards. But let me finish this first. Ukraine was saying that they're bullshitting. They're trying to put puzzle pieces out there and try to trick everybody. I mean, if you listen to them, they say they lay it out on the line. Russia's coming in, and I don't think it's going to stop. And then I watched this this UK thing where they were talking about shit that the UK wants to do. UK, when they talk about sanctions and shit like that, like UK right now is trying to put it in motion to shut down anything Russian, any business connected to Russia, and any business connected to a business that's connected to Russia. So let's say Backwoods has a hat business that he sells to Russia, and I buy hats from Backwoods to sell on my own personal shit. They would shut down Backwoods for dealing with Russia, and they would shut me down for dealing with Backwoods because he deals with Russia. That's how deep they're going with the sanctions and shit. And that's the UK. There was some lady on there. They had in the UK, they got them like couches lined up on both sides, and people stand up and talk and argue and all that shit. Man, I hate to say it, man, but I think it's a real deal. I think we just might be in for some shit, man. We might be in for some shit. Ukraine was not saying that US was just pushing shit and running amok, man. They were talking about Russia. And what's really bothered me is when China got up there. China was talking about, oh, we don't even agree with having this meeting. We disagree with even having this meeting. And I'm like, I guess you would, because you don't want everybody to have a say-so. You're pushing all this propaganda bullshit. You don't want people to be able to hear from France, the UK, America, Ukraine, Belarus. You could tell Belarus, Russia, and China, they all in cahoots, man. They all buddy. And I mean, and the only thing, they didn't even shit on Ukraine. They were shitting on us. They were shitting on the USA, man. That was the first thing they started talking about, is pretty much fuck the US. They're just a bunch of liars. And the complete opposite came out of everybody else. Everybody else was saying Russia's all fucked up, man. And they're playing games and they're doing shit, and this shit ain't no joke. You can go watch it for yourself, man, and take it for how you want to. This is how I seen it. This is how I heard it. You know, it's my opinion on it. But man, I don't think I think we about to go into some shit, man. And in the next month or two, shit's gonna hit the fan.
So
I think Ghost hit the nail on the head. This is about resources.
Yeah, I know there's that pipeline, and it's like natural. I know I talked about this before. I was listening to the radio, and this like 80-year-old lady got on there, and there was a senator on there, and the 80-year-old lady was like, "What about this? Y'all never talk about the pipeline and supplying either East or West Germany, and y'all will be the sole providers for Germany." And then, so it's got something to do with a pipeline with natural gas or some shit. And y'all probably know what I'm talking about. I just don't have the words for it. But then I heard that Germany wasn't on our side. Like Germany really didn't want to get involved with us with this whole thing. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, shit, probably because they're looking to get this gas or whatever that they're trying to. And it also has to do, was it you, Just Josh, that was talking about the money thing, where Russia and them are trying to use money of their own and not ours, and by using this pipeline and different means of oil, that they can start running their own monetary system without our monetary system?
Petrodollar. you know,
Yeah,
New World System, all that.
right. I
Y'all
don't even know if we
remember-
can get in trouble for this shit or not, but fuck it. Let's
Y'all
talk.
remember what happened the last time someone wanted to go away from the petrodollar and start using their own currency? That was
Mhm.
Saddam Hussein.
Yeah.
And
Also-
we went in there looking for weapons of mass destruction.
Shit.
Yeah.
And,
Al-
and
Also, the other dude, man, the dude where the country rose up and took him out. He was on the back of a pickup truck and they were like beating him to death. Gaddafi. What? He was doing a type of money thing where he wasn't going to use American dollar. And you know who else wanted to cut American dollars out was Syria. And we see what happened with Syria. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's about power and money, no matter what. And money don't always mean a dollar bill. Money can mean food, oil, water,
Bro,
medical.
we have the magical printing press.
Yeah.
Look, all these other countries, they have to get it from either labor, hard work. They have to have something, you know what I'm saying, in place for the dollars that they have. They have to have something that is equal value to the dollars that they have.
Right.
Bro, we can print money from thin air.
Yeah. No doubt.
Here's that.
Right. What's it backed by? Right now, nothing.
Yes. Yeah.
Let me see what goes. I when I start talking, I don't keep up with the chat, and I don't mean to do that. So I got to go back and try to keep up with the chat. Not to cut y'all off from what y'all are saying.
Oh, you're all good.
That's
War
another thing I'm
stimulus.
saying. Yep.
War makes money for the government. Fact check that shit. Yeah, you damn right. You damn right.
How much?
Facts.
The national deficit. What do we owe? I don't even know.
I hear that too, G2. But there's something
29.
about that. There's something about that pipeline that would make one part of Germany completely not need us whatsoever. And then, with that being said, this senator was talking about that it would give. It's like once they did that with this fuel with Germany, then Germany would have to be on their side for everything because they're sole provider for such and such. So it's almost like they would be recruiting Germany to be on Russia's side if it went as far as this pipeline thing and shit. It went deep. I can't remember word for word what everything was said, but I remember, the mission of what was being said. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, damn, that's deep.
Our national debt is at 29,912,602,500. I mean, the number's going up so fast I can't keep up with that.
It's higher even since you started saying it.
Our U.S. federal spending official is 6,896,461,000,000, and our total revenue is 4 trillion.
And we have the printing
So
press. Bro.
we have a $2,838,922,000,000 deficit going on as we speak.
Hey,
Yeah.
And that number is I mean, dude, it's I'll tell you how quick it's going. The U.S. national debt is at 8, 80, 9, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 604. I mean, it's going that quick.
Yeah. That will never
We're,
come back.
Okay, I have an honest question. What was the debt when Trump left office? I'm curious. I really don't know.
I don't know neither.
What was it before and after? Maybe little comparison.
Hey, Roots, is Trump coming back?
Mm,
Come on, Roots.
that is such a tough one because he has new recruits, but there are also people who have given up.
What the
Yeah.
If it was down to actual true voting, I think he would. Is it gonna matter what numbers say? I'm not sure about that.
I think he might come back before it's even voting time. I'm just saying.
I gotcha. You think he's still running the show?
I think I saw something today where he was like, you know what? I would pardon everyone dealing with 1-6. Like he's not backing down. He
Mhm.
he has a very major role to play in this. In my head, he does, and I think he's gonna be the person that's gonna come back and smoothen things out just a little bit.
Mhm.
Well, Native said it real well this morning in his reload that Gitmo prisoners are being treated better than the 1-6.
Wow,
Mhm.
wow, yeah.
Did you find that number backwoods?
No, but I can tell you right now that per taxpayer is $239,000. That's at 300. You owe every one of us on this panel right now owes $239,000 and 87 yeah.
To the world.
Let me ask y'all this real quick. If a war breaks out and we go into this conflict, it's like I think it was Ghost that said it. Like Russia, I look at it like Russia's already broke. And I know when shit goes bad in America, there's been times when shit went real bad, like 2008, and I was one of the broke motherfuckers, and that shit didn't affect me whatsoever. Like I was used to it. Like it didn't affect. I think if a war broke out and it came down to hard times and shit like that, we would be the most affected because we're the most spoiled. We have the most shit. So when we start losing shit, other countries, they already done lost shit. Like they live on limited means any damn way.
Yeah.
But we gonna be hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Putin said prophecy is on his side. You know,
But
he
is
said
it just
that.
oh, my bad. Is it just a loss of luxury items that we're really feeling over here? Really though? Like
Mhm.
for the most part, is it just luxury items?
I'm thinking more like food, cigarettes, alcohol, medicines. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really thinking about, like fans or air conditioning and shit like that. Like I think it's gonna affect us. Like
Oh,
people are used to eating steak and French fries and shit like this. What are they gonna do when they have to eat spam? When they have to eat bologna every day on some dry bread? You know what I mean? Like shit like that. What are they gonna do when they can't get those like uh, like I talked about it with this whole 2020 thing and like how Africa, a lot of their people already died from having comorbidities and shit because they don't have the hospitalization and shit like that. What's it going to happen to this country when we become, in the middle of a war, and if it gets real bad, what happens when we don't have medicine and doctors? There's going to be a lot of death, man, and it might not even be from bullets or bombs. You know what I mean?
Where you see heart disease and cancer right now, even check still put in the population. You get rid of the doctors and the clinics. That's percentages right there.
Yeah.
Hutch,
Yeah.
I'm struggling
Big time.
hearing you. Is it my end or is it?
It might be me. I'm phone.
Yeah, can you pump that a little bit? I'm struggling hearing you.
Why are you yelling at me?
Sorry. Good to see you.
yeah. Hey,
I had the Rona yesterday. I had 102 people.
what?
So now I'm just like,
Damn.
I mean,
Dang.
That's terrible, Sophia. I'm hearing about it though. I'm hearing about it. Y'all know I said it on my last live. Whoever was there, that I know somebody that works in the Giant Food, and they're putting out pamphlets in the back. Papers hanging on the wall to their employees, so they can teach them how to lie to the customers if the customers are asking about shortages.
Oh, wow.
Said they're already. This was like 2 weeks ago, so 3 weeks ago they're already four times under for produce, the shipments. They're like 4 times behind. So if they were supposed to get a shipment, they're 4 times behind the next shipment. You know what I'm saying? So they're like really hurting.
Yeah.
And what worries me is the food itself. Because we all, we ain't talking about ships out on the water anymore. So they start bringing these ships in. What is bad and what is good, and what are they going to try to push off on us? Because they damn sure don't want to lose money. So they're going to try to push whatever they think can get by as far as food products.
Yeah, you can't hardly take. Go ahead, Hutch. I'm sorry.
we got to worry about the trucker strike too. How long is that going to go for? If that cuts the supply line off by a week, 2 weeks, that just adds to chaos. So, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a situation.
Well, they've already, because of the coup, there's already most foods and stuff you can't take back to the store, even if it's bad.
Oh.
Most
Yeah.
because they won't take it back.
Yeah.
They when I went to the Walmart the other day, Josh, what I was telling you backstage, about talking to that fella.
Yeah.
When I was in there, one of the things I wanted to buy was some simple elbow macaroni. I was gonna make me some chili mac, some homemade chili mac. Dude, they didn't have but one kind in there, and it's a kind I've never even seen before. I mean, the whole shelf was empty, and they had one kind of some elbows, and I'd never even heard of that company before.
Yeah.
I was like,
Not
"Dang."
only did he get those elbows, but he added cinnamon to that chili mac.
I did on accident.
The hell?
Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
man, I was making the chili mac, man.
Chili Mac.
Well, man, I was trying to watch Pilgrim, I think it was, and I was on my phone. I was making this chili mac up, and I reach up in there, and I guess the chili powder was right next to the cinnamon powder, and they look alike. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. And I just reached up in there and started sprinkling. I'm like, I'm looking. I'm like, damn, man, this is cinnamon, man. It tasted all right, man, but I can promise you I'll not be using the cinnamon anymore.
A lot.
I hear that.
Hey,
All right, go ahead.
I just want to throw this out here, man, because I'm all over like the whole WW3 in Ukraine, and it's coming. Hey, y'all better get what y'all need. I'm just saying, protein. But look, I talked to you earlier about this, and it was just a thought. So, because we are in like the richest country in the world or whatever, we're spoiled, right? I just a thought that ran through my mind was just the fact that if there is WW3, or if it really pops off, it can be, and these are just a couple of thoughts. You can answer it if you want, but it can be chemical, water. It can be affected. It can be bio. It could be that. And now we're fighting with something that supposedly was accidental. It just happened. But can you imagine if there are things that like they have intentionally put together that gets dropped off?
Mm-hmm.
So it can be that. It can be cyber, our grid. It can be conventional, Red Dawn. I mean, boots on the ground, parachutes, paratroopers. All these things are possible. It could be weather. We talk about HAARP. Who knows? And it could be nuclear.
Yeah.
So all those things are possible if this shit goes off, right? I just want you to be aware of that. That's all.
And let me say this: when you start hearing rumors of stuff, and when they start pushing shit in your face, and they say, "Oh, it ain't nothing to worry about right now. There ain't nothing to worry about right now," but when they start showing you shit, man, you got to take it all in. You know what I'm saying? And now, when we did a live, I don't know if it was Wednesday or Friday, Just Josh brought up something that is going on right now. And it made me think, like, we all talk about this World War III and nuclear and shit like that, but we tend to forget that these motherfuckers are working in labs to build weapons. And now they're talking about something that they have that'll kill 1 out of every 3, and it's only 1 step away from hitting mankind. And they're talking about it now. Other YouTubers are doing videos on it. I mean, the first time I ever heard from it was Just Josh. Just Josh, he called me on the phone and was talking to me about it, and I was like, damn, man, that's some serious shit. But I didn't put 2 and 2 together until today. I was like, man, what if that's the setup? What if that? And I don't know if y'all remember, but I did a video about depopulation. And YouTube hit me up on it and took it off. And it was a completely made up scenario. It was just for entertainment. I even put it on there just for entertainment. And it spelled out that kind of scenario where the new thing would come, and the right would be the ones most affected because they fight the most against the thing. And blah, 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 blah. But they hit me with a strike, but it was my first strike. So it ended up being a warning and they took the video down.
Yeah.
And now we sitting here hearing about this damn thing that and they say they're messing with it. They're studying it because it needs to be studied in case it comes out so they can defend against it. But man, it's awful funny to me, man. It's like, really? You know what I'm saying? And we all know the MERS hit. You know, MERS was like a 30% kill rate. MERS. That it, you know, and it happened over there in the desert and shit, and it didn't really come over here and shit, so we didn't have to worry too much about it. But it was killing, you know, a third of the people that were getting it. And that's when they call this one 2, it's because that one was the one. You know what I'm saying? That was the first one, the MERS, and then they call this one the 2. Blah, blah, 2. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to talk about it because I don't want to fucking get demonetized. Now they're snatching channels down and shit. Dreamweaver had her fucking first strike just because she was showing the fucking shit in Canada. Just to let y'all know, so be careful with your channels. She got a fucking strike for showing what's going on in Canada. So there you go. We said it would happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Prepper Nerd, what's going on with you, man? Good to see you. Long time no see.
Yeah. I just want to say, bro, if this thing pops off, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, if it really does pop off, that all rules, everything is off the table. Everything is fair game because this is gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
World War.
Yeah. So happy go lucky. You know what I'm saying? Everything will be on the table. And I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but yeah, seriously, probably the water will more than likely get attacked. Our water systems, you know what I'm saying? Just like bio things will probably be around. So I just want to put it out there, man. Give what
That's
y'all
the two
need.
biggest things I'm worried about. You figure Russia's got technology; they're going to go after our power grid, hypothetically.
Yeah.
And China's got the fentanyl. All they got to do is drop that in the water supply of any major city. It's a done deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell you what, I thought about that what you just said, Hutch. I thought about that you know, we don't know how long we've been in this war with these people and what little attacks they've done. And it sure seems to me like, you know, China's the one that came up with that shit and that, you know, that fentanyl, you know what I'm saying? And now it spreads all over. How many motherfuckers have died from this shit? How many people have been killed because of this shit?
Yeah.
And fucking China's putting it out there. I mean, why do we just blow shit off? We see it on the news. We see our friends die or some shit. I mean, I've had family die because of that shit. And we just blow it off like, oh, it's just another thing that's come along in the drug game. Nah, man, this could be fucking hits. This could be weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mentioned that in your in that chat the other night where you had you and Hutch and PLTB and all them on, you know, and Josh and Native. I mentioned that in the chat. I was like, yeah, it would be real easy for all these people coming over the border, the people that are already here, for someone to, you know, throw some drops in the water system, man, and it's over, you know, because people are just, you know, I mean, you make tea, Kool-Aid, you know, because people will be like, I don't drink water out of the tap. Well, man, people make tea, Kool-Aid. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff you use water for. And I mean, you take a shower, you know, how do you know that you put something, you know, it's in the water system, you put it on your skin, you're getting it.
Skin can kill you. You know what I mean? You can get an open just like that. So, you know what I mean? Hell, somebody just walks by and blows a handful in your face, or, you know. And you're checking keys one day, and somebody comes in there with a pill bottle full and sprinkles it everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shit. The Iceman used to walk by people and just spray something in their face, a mist, and it would wipe them out. He came up with a killer mist. If the Iceman, if y'all ever know about, you know, the dude back in the days, he ended up getting, you know, quadruple life in prison and shit. He was a hitman, but I also wanted to say this, and you know, I know Ghost might think about this too. Well, everybody does, but I was talking to Josh and I said to him, I said, man, it wouldn't be nothing for if we went into a World War III, then you no longer have to worry about people coming and going from China or coming and going from Russia. So China wouldn't have no problem dropping something bio on us, or Russia dropping something bio on us, because they could just seal their fucking borders, let the shit run wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole different ball game when there's a World War III. They can shut down borders like a motherfucker, and then you ain't got to worry about that shit coming back on you. I don't trust shit right now, man. There's too much fighting going on. Too many superpowers wanting to be the superpower.
All right, so say, oh, my bad.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all you.
If you think about, they're reinforcing like a fence around themselves with the countries and the battles going on. You see what I mean? It kind of seems like they'll be able to fence themselves off and the rest of us be damned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like in DC.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Say on the off chance that this peaceful revolution, the first in Canada's history, any kind of revolt against the government, say it actually gets bloody, how long before America follows suit, if at all?
I don't see America. I think the only time we're gonna stand up, man, is if and I hate to say this,
yeah,
but I think the only time we're gonna stand up is if Republicans take office. One, because if Republicans take office, we're gonna go through it again. All these motherfuckers are gonna break out into the streets. The motherfuckers gonna be paying people to go out there and protest, and all that shit's gonna break the fuck out. Or if another thing hits us and they try to push mandates and lockdowns and all that. Now, if a new thing breaks out, I don't care how bad it is. We've done had so much shit in the past 2 years. I don't care how bad it is. They're setting us up for failure, because if something was to really drop that would really wipe some motherfuckers out, we're going to have a hard time, because there's going to be a lot of people that ain't going to have it. You know what I mean? They're just going to be like, nope, I don't give a fuck. And they're going to be hitting the streets, and it's going to spread like wildfire. And I guarantee you, Russia and China know this. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a lock on their people. China, they got an iron fist. Fucking Russia too, man. Their fucking police are fucking ruthless bastards. You know what I mean? You don't fuck up over there. So they know we're free. Anything, they know we would fall if something was put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'm talking too damn much, man. My fault. I've been thinking about this shit.
No, man.
That's what we're here for.
No
I think
doubt.
misinformation is going to be our biggest enemy, because you are see how divided just the YouTube is, let alone real life communities and shit over dumb shit. So if you place an insurgent, with some tinfoil hat ideas and just play to the crowd, you know what I mean? You could sway a motherfucker any way you want. Russia's already shown that they can do that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So that'd be part of the cyber warfare, but I think it's already happening.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have seen some of these channels. You're like, you can't be better. You know what I mean? And like, so everything's a ploy anymore. You can't trust any fucking thing you see or hear.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if this shit pops off, I'm locking myself in the house. And I'll see you guys in 3-4 months. Hopefully.
Yeah. It's getting deep, man. And what bothers me the most is, I think the closer we get to war and the closer shit's about to pop off, the more social media is going to be censoring like a motherfucker. Mainstream media is going to be pushing their propaganda, whatever the fuck it may be, that they want us to think. Like, we're not going to be able to get truth out of nothing. We're not going to be able to figure nothing out. That shit's going to be right on top of our heads, and we ain't even going to know it. You know what I mean?
A lot of the big channels that have been talking about this topic, they all say that, MSM, they're going to, once one missile gets fired or a tank crosses or something happens, MSM is going to flood everything with, this is it. This is the one. And that's when all the panic and all the, all that stuff happens. All the grocery stores go empty. Everybody tries to get all the gas. That's when the panic is going to start. And I mean, it sounds logical, and I believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we know they're going to lie to us. That, that's all they do is just fucking lie and bend the truths. And It sucks, man. I mean, how confusing was the last 2 years when you would go to a station, you would go to let's just call it, you would, not that we go there, but you would go to CNN, and in the morning they'd be telling you to do this and do that, and in the afternoon they'd be telling you, oh no, don't do this, don't do that. And it was every day it was, they were feeding you 3 different things that totally went against each other all the time on everything that was going on. It was, if you listen to the news for the past year and a half, 2 years, you are completely confused and brain dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you get punished if you ask a question.
Yeah, yeah. Or censored. Or lied to again. They'll put up some, here's the fact checker.
Mm.
If you look at a certain talk show guy and a couple of these musical people, because I don't know if we can even talk about that, you know, what's been going on here this last few days. I think all of y'all probably know what I'm talking about.
Talking about Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I didn't know if, you know, how far, you know, Joe Rogan said it really well in kind of his little response to what's going on. And he's like, you know, things that we were saying we believed was going to be true back then when we were getting censored like hell. Now we're finding out it's true. And even the mainstream media is saying it's true, you know. And he's saying, so, you know, the things, the science of yesterday or the day before is not the science of today. You know, it's like it's changing, you know, so quickly because we really don't know, you know, in some fashion. And, you know, there's people out there that know, and y'all know what I mean by that on what's going on with all this stuff, you know, and you know, but the stuff is changing so quickly, man. And the information, it's like I can tell y'all that, you know, I believe this and this about the COOF, and they'll censor me, kick me off of platforms and everything else, and then 3 days later you see it on the mainstream media and they're like, oh yeah, this is what's going on, you know, found evidence, you know. And it's like, you know, it's like you said, man, if you've been listening to a bunch of this stuff and like really believing in every single thing you're listening to, you're a total nut job right now, man.
Yeah,
man, I'm gonna be real careful how I say this, but I remember, because I was on Facebook when the shit first broke out at the beginning of 2020. And I was telling everybody, go out and get N95s from your local stores and get them now. And I had so many people attack me and say, don't be spreading that shit, telling people to do that. The fucking ER's going to need them. The hospitals are going to need. And I'm like, the hospitals ain't going to fucking Lowe's to pick up no N95. What the fuck are y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, I know they need to protect themselves, but they got inside ways of getting their shit. Like, y'all motherfuckers better listen to me. But, you know, because we didn't know what the fuck was going on at first. You know, and nobody knew shit. Nobody knew shit, man. I was on Facebook. I had like 400 motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? That been there for 10 years. I ain't even on Facebook no more. I left that shit. I walked away. But I went super hard for like 2 months at the beginning of this shit. And it was before they started censoring and shit. Once they started censoring and shit, that's when I just fucking left. I was like, fuck you. You're killing people. You're killing people by censoring motherfuckers. Because you don't want to tell the truth. Because you think you know more than another motherfucker. Like, I can't read. Like, I can't look up doctors and see what the fuck's going on. Like we wasn't keeping it. The fucking government didn't even know what was going on. And until the Democrats realized they could use it as a weapon against the Republicans, so it looked like, they didn't even fucking acknowledge the shit. And then all of a sudden they said, oh shit, wait a minute, we can turn the public against Trump with this shit. Boom. And that's the truth. That's the fucking truth.
There's a lot of them, Tribe, even coming out now on the leftist side, saying that your natural abilities, it's starting to look like that's the way we should have went to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, quite a few of them are actually starting to come out now and be like, I've been double, triple whammy, 36 boosted, sized and, and all this good stuff. And they're like, but I still got it twice. But now I'm starting to hear my doctor saying, well, the natural way maybe we should have done that.
Just be careful, Backwoods.
That's why I'm saying natural way.
I got you.
That's why I was just going to say natural way.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I just throw a little reminder in there because sometimes we get caught up in talking. Even I do it, and I'm just like, motherfucking COVID-19.
No. Trav, let's go on and be real, man. Go on and be real. You said it the other night, man. We got Backwoods here, and well, hell, who knows what's going to come out of that motherfucker's mouth?
Right.
So.
No doubt.
Y'all can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, I still got him.
Oh man.
I do want to say though, because this is a members live, man. You know what I mean? It's our circle of people, man. I just appreciate the shit out of everybody being in the chat, hanging out with us. I appreciate y'all coming to hang out with me because for you guys that hang out with me on the panel, y'all don't get nothing out of this. Y'all just hang out. It's just it's friends being friends, man. Y'all don't get nothing out of this, and I really appreciate the shit out of it, man. And I appreciate every single one of the members, man, because y'all support the hell out of me, man, and y'all keep me going. That's no bullshit. I think about y'all a lot, man. Y'all just don't know.
Same here, brother.
In the email, I was promised to check for this appearance.
Don't tell.
Hey, Arkansas, since he's in here.
Arkansas living.
Hey, Gog and Magog, is this biblical? What do you think, brother? Is it going to pop off? A lot of good answers. Yeah.
What was the question, just Josh?
I mean, is this thing biblical? Is it prophecy? You know what I'm saying? Is it Gog and Magog? He's got he's pretty good with this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's Arkansas living's got it going on when it comes to talking about the Bible. I understand a lot of it. I'm not. My problem is I don't have that Rolodex memory and shit. Someone can ask me how to spell my name, on a quick, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to quote exact scripture, and I don't. So I try to refrain from it because I don't want to get it wrong. You know what I mean? I don't want to be wrong about it. But there are certain things that I do know, I do understand. I see. When I've read Revelations and when I've read, some of these, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, some of these Acts, some of this stuff, when I've read some of this stuff and put it together with the Revelations and stuff, man, I mean, my personal opinion, man, the one thing I can say is I'm sure that there's been many times throughout history, people thought this is it. This is the end of the world, I'm sure you could ask the Jewish people back, during a World War II time, they probably thought it was the end of the world. You know what I'm saying?
But backwards. Do you say like 452 times when you be speaking?
Well, because I'm trying to watch my words,
thing, man. That's your thing. I know, that's your thing.
It is, man.
It's like, man, I went to the store, and then I picked up some bacon, and then
man, I can't help it.
Nah, man, it's great. It's great, man. That's you, man. We love it.
But
I'm just teasing.
Well, I'm trying to get a point across, and I try to make sure that my words are, like on a Friday night. Friday night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, man? On Friday night, bro. There ain't no telling what's going to come out of my mouth on a Friday night when we're just getting full of it and acting crazy. But
yes, indeed. Hey, I wanted to bring up something real quick, it's going to change the subject, but we ain't got to talk about it. But I did want to let y'all know something. I watched this science dude who was talking about the volcano that happened out there in the water. And he explained how this could really cause the earth to cool down a little bit. And let me explain why, just real quick. Now, we had that volcano in La Palma, right? And it went off for like 2 months. But that volcano wasn't the same type of volcano. The volcano that exploded out there in the water here recently, the way it exploded and the shit that it shot up in the air, that shit actually can stay in the air over months, years, even as long as a decade. And when all those little particles are in the air floating around for all that time, that they block the sun, and it can actually drop the degrees on Earth. So what the dude was saying is, in all honesty, not to be like fear mongering and shit, but because of that volcano, even though to us it was like, yeah, it was a volcano out in the middle of the water, we ain't really that worried about it. But it was actually a big thing because of the way the volcano erupted and how it erupted. It was one of those type of volcanoes that can cause a global cool down. So they were saying the next couple years we're gonna have to watch out for these winters and shit because it's gonna be a colder Earth for the next couple years. Ain't that interesting though?
It is.
With the gravity waves. Yeah,
that would coincide though with the coming of the next ice age. You know what I mean?
It's all adding up, brother. It's all adding up.
Didn't they say that
it was only like an 18-degree difference? The difference between an ice age and the tropical climate. You know what I mean? 18 degrees. That fragile. You know, it's crazy.
Didn't they say the last time we had an ice age that the Earth actually did warm up a little? You know, they had the warming effect, and then all of a sudden, bam, the ice age hit, kind of like what's going on now.
Yeah.
Interesting, Georgia Peach. I never thought about that.
I've heard
This is why we do those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen that theory. I don't know what to think on it, but yeah.
Is that the one they said that when it was like 100 times the Hiroshima or some shit like that?
Mhm.
One I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I can't.
Yeah, that was it.
Is that the one?
It produced gravity waves or something like that.
Yeah. But see, some volcanoes spit out big chunks. Some of them have a hell of an eruption, but it doesn't shoot up as good or something. But this volcano happened to have the little particles that fucking shoot up in the air, and they'll stay up there, and they can. The dude was talking, they can stay up there for months, they can stay up there for years, but they can stay up there for like 10 years sometimes.
Shit.
And this happens to be one of the volcanoes that is like that.
Ghost said that ash didn't reach the stratosphere, so I'm thinking that he's saying that it would have to go to the stratosphere to do that, I guess is what.
Well, that's not what these fools were saying, but who knows, man? You know that there's going to be different opinions about this and that. Yeah. I just thought it was interesting. I watched the whole video on it, man. It was some big ass channel that does science shit. You know what I mean? And they talked about it. The clickbait was, you know, will the Earth cool down, or are we going into an ice age or some shit like that? So they explained. Now they didn't say we were going to drop 20 degrees or nothing. But he did say it could drop a degree or two or some shit like that. And he said that people would have a colder winter for the next couple years.
Hey, what happened to La Palma? Did it just like die out or something? No tsunami?
You know, I don't even know, man. I stopped watching it and just really fucking gave up on it.
I think me too. Yeah.
You see, Ghost. that was some cold years, bro. Now, Ghost said no. It did reach that atmosphere, the stratosphere. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You figured the bottom of the ocean. That's a lot of sand, silt. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It. You know, we talk about, you know, biblical, You know what I'm saying? And I look at all these different things happening, man. I mean, I just don't know. You know, we talk about World War II and World War I, but World War II was like Germany against everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like World War I, I'm not even sure, man. I'm not up on my history with that. But I mean, have we had a world war where it's the three biggest son of a bitches hating each other as much as we do? Nuclear weapons are now involved. Biological geniuses working on shit is now involved. That, you know, you got the internet, which is biblical if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got all these volcanoes, all this weird weather, Texas freezing, people dying, Canada getting so hot they can't even grow grass. What the? I mean, it just seems to me like, man, this damn sure showing signs. You know what I mean?
UAPs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, yeah. Aliens.
We can't leave them out, bro.
Yeah, man. Crazy times.
Yeah.
And I also look at other shit too, because I know some of the Bible stuff, and they say like at the end times, kids will rule over their mothers and fathers type thing. And, you know, like the kids will end up being the power over. And you look at all the elderlies that we have lost in the last 2 years. You look how kids are off the fucking chain now, and they do have more power than us. Because think about it. They know how to use these fucking computers and phones better than we do. You know what I'm saying? And how much power is that? So it's like everything's just key. If you look at every single thing there is, it just seems like it's all adding up, man.
And from them computers and them systems and stuff, they've also learned how to use the system against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna whoop my ass? I'll just make a phone call.
Yep. Good stuff.
Yep.
And in 20 years, these are the same kids that are going to be running the country.
If there is one.
Yeah, man.
There is
Shit,
one.
I'm 53. I doubt I'll make it 20 years. Hell, I didn't think I'd make it this long.
Me neither.
Me too. Yeah.
So what do y'all think, man? Y'all think there's anything else that we're not paying attention to? Because that's what worries me too. What are we not paying attention to?
Someone else said it in the chat, and I was thinking the same thing a little bit ago too. I was going to kind of lead to that was when we were kind of talking about the biblical thing, until you made me real nervous about even talking now, because I keep saying, you know, and now I'm gonna be all conscious about it and shit. But Israel. There's a lot of shit going on over in Israel right now. In Israel, there was a attempted missile strike on like some of the main stuff, the main people. I think it was today.
Let me ask y'all this, and ask the chat too, because I know there's some people in chat that know some stuff about it. Do y'all think that Israel is being occupied by the wrong motherfuckers right now?
Yes, absolutely. They got rid of Arafat for this pro-American dude that's running Israel right now, and he was the biggest sellout in history ever. But he's got half of the country convinced he's, you know what I'm saying, the biggest shit in the world. But, you know, they've lost so much just by switching over. They've lost so many freedoms. They've lost so much security over there. But I geek out on Israel every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's like, I figure as soon as Biden came in, Israel's pretty much done. You know what I mean? I don't think they stand a chance. I think they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The enemies that they're going to be fighting, they're like, no, bloodlines are done. You know what I'm saying? Men, women, and children gone. Turning that bitch to glass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that also depends on what you believe. As far as it goes for the Bible, it talks about nations, you know, nations coming against Israel, and they will not stand. That they will not have the power.
Right.
That they think they've got.
Yeah.
All right,
I get that, but I wouldn't trust my nation to that. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, I you know, You know,
I think about things all over the place. My mind jumps from here to there and everywhere, man. But it makes for good discussion. But do y'all think that America uses Israel on a biblical level, and that's why we make them our allies and we're always sticking by Israel is just for the religious factor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for America, there literally would be no homeland for any kind of Jew. You know what I mean? There would be no motherland. So if America backs down, they're gone. You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah,
that hatred is deep. You know what I mean? It's crazy how deep that shit is over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
I don't know, man. If World War III kicks off, bro, you know what? I don't want to sound happy about this, man, because I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I feel like I'm seeing prophecy happening. But, man, everything is going to change after this. Look, even just right now, with just the troop buildups and us sending tanks and assets over here and over there, it's not going to go back to the way it was before. Something is going to have to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we're watching this, man. And so I'm just wondering, like you were talking about, like Israel and stuff, and you know how this is gonna unfold and stuff, bro. In our lifetimes, we may see some shit that, like, you know what I'm saying? You can't even imagine right now. We may see that in our lifetimes.
Yeah. Got you, Prepper Nerd. Got you. I feel you, man. I feel you know, I thought about something else too. You know, I always throw whatever the fuck I thought of.
Yeah.
I thought about Afghanistan and how we left all that shit over there, right? This is just a what if. What if we did that shit to show, like, China and Russia just how superior we are? We can leave $6 billion worth of equipment behind and we'll still whoop y'all's ass. And because, like, if you're Russia and you see the USA leave $6 billion worth of war machinery behind, like it ain't nothing, wouldn't that make you think, well, shit, I don't know if we should fuck with these motherfuckers, man? You know what I mean? They throw away more shit than we fucking got. You know what I mean?
I think we need them. I think we're going to use them. I think we're going to use them for what's coming. It sounds crazy, but I think we're going to need them for what's coming.
It's cheaper to leave them there than trek them all back home, is the bottom line. It is cheaper to just let it sit there. But I think, Josh, you have a good point. We might very well be covertly leaving resources behind.
Yeah, that's slick. That's slick. I never thought about that.
They fought us. I don't know.
The more armed your enemy is, the longer the war goes, the more money you make.
Mm-hmm.
You fighting an enemy that ain't got no weapons the last 2 weeks. Ain't nobody made no money. You're fighting an enemy that's got tanks and Black Ops and, you know, an arsenal of ARs. That war is gonna last 2 to 20 years. And motherfuckers making billions of dollars off of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I sort of see what Josh is saying, because it reminds me of the pile of bricks left in Portland. You know what I'm saying?
Magically appeared.
Yeah, like we leave that shit there, but when it comes down to it, if we need to drop some motherfuckers off over there, we got some shit to play with. That's fucking interesting, man. I never thought about it like that.
What if it's also a way to pay off bribes and debts? Like, okay, we owe you this certain thing, so you go over here to this part of the desert. Here's the payment for that debt. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors. I don't trust any of it, man.
Everybody makes sense, man. Everybody makes sense. Even what Hutch said. Like, no, I don't mean it like that. I mean, the other, you know, it's another way of looking at it is we leave weapons over there so they can actually fight back, so we can actually have a war. Because what the fuck do we look like going against motherfuckers with some stones and sticks? So we leave them weaponry. That hypes up the war, gives them a fighting chance somewhat. And boom, we make more money off of what, man. It's just, that's why I love talking to y'all, man. Y'all all come up with different things I didn't mean it like that, Hutch. You know, I didn't mean it like
No,
that.
it's already on the interweb.
Clips.
Yeah, you tattooed the cloud.
You know,
Right.
the really scary thing about the whole ordeal too is that even Obama sit back at one point and said that the technology that we have back when he was president, he was like, you know, y'all could put my head, my face upon something and make it look like I've done something that I wasn't even involved in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was then. Look at we've already come several years, you know what I'm saying, or you know, 6, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we're at best 20 or at the least 20 years behind in technology of what we actually get our hands on versus what militaries and what these deep state operatives have.
Yeah.
So there's no
Yeah.
telling the shit that they really got.
Seriously.
Let me tell you this though, man. When I was playing poker, and I said this on another live before, but when I was at the casinos playing poker, I sat down with a dude. He was here for 30 days. He was military. I think he was based in Germany, if I remember correctly. But he was telling me, he was like, man, no matter what you hear on the TV or none of that shit, we are at least 3 years ahead of China and like 10 years ahead of Russia and everybody else when it comes to any kind of military weaponry, ships, planes, all that shit. And you know, and we always hear like we're behind on technology and shit like this and shit like that. And who knows? I mean, he was a young dude. He's probably 30 years old or something. But we had a good conversation while we're sitting there, you know, folded, because you got to fold a lot when you play poker. So we're folding cards and just talking about, you know, shit going on that he was dealing with. But he was saying that we are still the top-notch motherfuckers when it comes to shit.
Shit, I hope so.
I hope so too.
See, like, I get that, like, but even though we're like the most advanced, without question we are, and we've got a bigger army than pretty much anybody else on the face of the earth, we're so far away from any kind of conflict that it costs us so much just in you know, logistics to move all of that shit from place to place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our supply lines are going to be our downfalls.
I let me put this scenario out there for y'all, and I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on it. Russia moves all these troops, all these tanks, all these things on the border. They're moving into Belarus. They're completely surrounding Ukraine and Kyiv. If it's not for an invasion and it's not to attack Ukraine, then what the hell is it for, man? Can y'all give me anything? Let's say we want to make an excuse for Russia right now. What could be another reason why they are doing that?
Pull us in. You know, it could be like a flank or some type of to pull us in, man, to get us, you know, stuck into some kind of conflict. And you got NK, you got the Red Dragon, you got all these other countries, Iran. They can, you know, if we're, you know, in battle, if we're into the mix with Russia, then you got all these other countries. Not that we don't, but you know, they could start doing other weird things too, which I'm sure they will. But I think it's backwards. What does it say in the Bible about the hook in the jaw, Gog and Magog, and you get pulled into a conflict? All right, never mind.
I can't remember that one.
You know,
Honestly, can't.
Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we get pulled into a conflict and we can't back out. So if it's not for Ukraine, if it's not for, you know, then we're getting kind of pulled into something, and I don't know. I guess maybe we don't see the big picture of what we're getting pulled into, or we just think that we're just far superior than everybody else. But you know, that's where I'm headed with it.
I have a question that I'll immediately answer when I ask it, and that is, what are we going to do today, Brain? Try to take over the world. If you put a lighter under a piece of paper, the black burning in the center and the flame, it goes out slowly, right? It goes out in a circle. Picture it that way. It's just a slow bleed out to dominate whatever you can get in that burn circle.
Gotcha.
Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff being said in the chat, man. I'm listening to all y'all for real.
Yeah.
Is the Ukraine an ally of U.S. and Russia, or just the U.S.?
I think they're pretty much trying to be down with us, and they're trying to join NATO, or what is it? They're trying to join the UN, NATO, something.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from Putin's perspective, at some point you got to be like, okay, I'm tired of being surrounded by people who are allies with my enemy. You know what I mean? It could be that kind of situation too. You know what I mean? It's like if shit does get serious, which obviously it looks like it's going to, at least in his lifetime. You know what I mean? I bet he prays that it does. You want to start tightening up your borders and shit. Hey, I got an ally here touching my border. I can't have it, setting up IBMs and shit right here on my, you know what I mean?
This in that UN meeting, this is what I heard, and it made the most sense to me. One of the people, I'm not sure who it was one of the countries, and they said, look, Ukraine has every right in the world to be sovereign, to be friends with whoever they want, to go in a way that their country wants to go whenever they want. They shouldn't have to be under the gun of another country trying to tell them what to do. They are a free country to do as they please. And that's what really hit me in the mouth. I was like, yeah, man, that is fucked up. That is fucked up. Ukraine should be able to do what, and let me tell y'all one other thing too that I learned today, which y'all might already know, but it's fucked up that Ukraine can't do what the fuck they want to do because they got 130,000 motherfuckers ready to shoot off on them and tanks and everything. That's fucked up. It's not right. It's not right. But at the same time, man, in 1994, there was a treaty signed or whatever you want to call it. And Ukraine gave up their nuclear weapon program or ability or whatever in order to be this sovereign country. Mm-hmm. Russia signed it. We signed it. Everybody signed it and said, okay, y'all have the freedom to be whoever y'all want to be. It's your country. Do what you want. But, you can't have, nuclear weapons or be trying to make nuclear weapons. And Ukraine agreed to that. And Russia agreed to that. So Russia is going against this fucking treaty. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucked up, man. You signed the shit. You gave this, you agreed that this country, and they did what they were supposed to do.
Bro, that's like Florida saying, you know what? We don't want to be part of the U.S. no more. We want to be with Russia. Come on, man. That's what it's like. Yeah. We would never, ever, ever let that happen. Never. We would have a war before we let Florida, be part of Russia. It doesn't even sound right. It doesn't even make sense. What the hell are we doing over there?
But it's a little bit different though, because look at Ukraine. Ukraine is pretty damn big, man. Okay. Yeah, it would be like it would be like Mexico or something, like not wanting to be down with it, or Canada. Let's say Canada no longer wanting to be our friend. Or Canada becoming really good friends with Russia and Russia being able to bring in, like, I can understand a little tiny bit where Russia might be concerned if Ukraine hooks up with America and we hook them up with military means, because they would probably become the bigger power than Russia. And I'm sure that weighs heavy on Russia. Like, there's no way we can let Ukraine be the bigger power.
Just location. There ain't no way in the hell. Just location. So if Ukraine joins NATO, which I do believe that there's something in the works where some type of intelligence, Russian intelligence, found out that this was something that was going to happen in the near future, and they said if we don't bust the move now, then we know exactly what's going to happen. That's what I think happened. But I'm just saying. So if they do go to NATO, bro, that is too close to have, missiles pointed at your enemy. That's too close, man.
Yeah.
We would never, ever let that happen. Cuba is the closest you're gonna get.
Right.
I don't think we're gonna let it happen in Cuba neither. I'm sorry.
Ukraine is America's Cuba.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Russia's also talking to Venezuela and Nicaragua. Yep.
I can't say it right. Yeah, man. But
how many countries are in NATO?
What's that?
What's up?
How many countries are in the NATO deal?
Good question.
It's a lot, man. Today I seen what surprised me was India. I didn't realize India. And India was on our side, on Ukraine's side. Just saying, that's a lot of motherfuckers right there. But you had France, you had India, you had a couple different countries from Africa, and you had China in the seat. It was a big ass round fucking thing, and it was, everybody had a chance to speak. You should really go watch it, man. Even tonight, if you're laying down to go to bed, you should watch. It's 2 hours long. I watched the whole fucking thing. I might have came in like a half an hour late or something. It's very each fucking country got to speak their mind on what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. And Russia and China both did not want this meeting to happen. This meeting was something that Russia and China, and I think it's because of what Ukraine said. And I'll tell you right now, if you just want to hear what Ukraine said, go towards the end. I think it's in like the last half an hour. You can like switch through and it'll be the different countries talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ukraine said some shit, man. I thought for a second, I thought we were pushing shit too much and that we weren't, we were just doing our own propaganda and shit. But now after listening to Ukraine in this meeting today, I completely, I dissolved them thoughts. What's up?
Can Nacey put a links where we could go to that and watch that? I'd be interested.
It's on my community page. I posted it tonight. It's the last thing I posted. Yep.
All right, I'll go check. I'd like to watch that. I'm gonna be off for the next 2 or 3 days, so.
Me too.
It's very interesting. Each country had something to say. I should post that UK thing too, man, because they were talking about a bunch of other shit, and then this lady got up and she started talking about Ukraine and Russia, and man, she started talking about the what's it called, man? Damn it, when they put penalties on them, sanctions. Yeah, man, and she was talking about them sanctions. She was going hard. She was like, this ain't no little sanction shit. Like, we going to pretty much destroy their fucking economy, period. Like, they're after Russians' fucking entire fucking seize bank accounts every fucking where. Yeah. Like, Russia won't be able to do business with no fucking body. So, except for Iran, China, North Korea, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But does that not worry you to kind of what we was talking about the other night whenever you was asking the question about some type of nuclear type stuff? I mean, if I know, and I've said it before too, I'm like, hey, ain't nobody going to nuke us because they don't want to, destroy the resources here. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking, if you back someone in the corner hard enough, it's kind of like a last ditch effort, last straw. It's like, well, you know what? Screw it. We can't survive. Neither can y'all.
Yeah.
That's just a thought. Go ahead, Virginia. Was you going to?
Yeah, I agree. Mutually assured destruction is a pretty good defense. Yeah. And perhaps some of this will come down to geographical regions. For example, it makes sense to stay friendly with your neighbors. So it makes sense for us to stay friendly with Canada. And even though we have issues sometimes with Mexico and all of that, it makes sense for us to keep South America on the friendly. So why would China and Russia be any different? Yeah. Why would they be any different than the countries that circle them? Because if it comes down to it, and it's the continent of Asia or the continent of America, they could annihilate that and still have theirs.
You know what? You know what's starting to worry me more now than nuclear, man, is biological.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, man, but and to think that the last 2 years could have just been it could have been man, I got to be careful on YouTube, but it could have been the first hit from China, man. It could have been, or it could have been the first hit from somebody else, and they just pushed it on China. I mean, we don't know for sure. They lied to us so much about this shit.
I'll tell you something else too, and I'm gonna be really careful about this one because I know how the tube is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say some people that are freely walking. You know what I'm talking about? Down south.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
People that are freely walking down south. We've been saying this for a pretty good minute, and I saw an article or a video on. Actually, I was eating my breakfast this morning, getting ready to go to work, and I had it on Fox News. I just turned the TV on, and Fox News came on, and they were talking about it, and they were talking about the people being giving free trips to certain places in the United States. And I got to thinking about that earlier when they were talking about it, and they were showing most of the people. They were not of the female or child people. They were all males. And I'm telling you, they were males.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Healthy looking males, and they showed a big giant line of them going and getting on a free ride to another place in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking to myself how the current administration has denied basically that this is going on when we have, I mean, clear video evidence. And I mean, people, you know, I wonder if this is being done strategically. They are being placed in strategic locations throughout, you know, because where are these people going? Where, you know, what are they just dropping them off? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're telling me you're just going to drop a bunch of people off in the middle of town?
Yeah, I'm sure.
They're taking them somewhere specific. I think this is what I was thinking about earlier today, and I was like, yeah, it's been going on for months, Lady Smith, and I'm just saying, I'm thinking to myself, you know, they could be dropping these people off in strategic locations, getting ready for when us old patriots people.
Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? We can't say that.
I know, right? What does it come to, man? For real. Like, that's disgusting that we can't
It's
even
disgusting.
say that God bless America. I mean, fuck that, dude. That's
fuck that. Patriots. God bless America.
Okay. Well, you know, Trav, you know, I ain't fucked up about talking.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know we're all, you know how it is. We all dance a careful dance, especially up here, because
I'm just being.
This America, we can't say we patriots of our own damn country.
No, I gotta go.
Right.
No.
It's crazy, man.
Hey, Josh, I appreciate that group that you started, man. I'm gonna be there joining up, man.
Wait, what group? I don't know anything. You got the wrong guy.
That is so messed up.
The leader of the Patriot movement. The leader of the Patriot movement.
But
yeah, the gloves aren't helping your defense there, boy. I'm just saying. He's like,
right.
I got my grip
I
gloves.
gotta agree.
Yeah.
Oh, that's messed up.
But no, I'm just saying, you know, it just seems like really strategic. You know, I'm wondering if this is being done strategic. I'm telling you, all these were fighting aged males.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were all young, healthy looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, And they were all the way they were walking in this line, dude. I was looking and I was like, they damn near look like they're marching, dude.
Wow.
You know, I ain't
Well,
kidding, man. If you would have
why
saw
don't-
this video today, you would know what I mean.
How come we don't hear people living in small towns, let's say, or whatever, talking about 1,000 strangers showing up out of nowhere? You know what I mean?
I know. Why?
So where exactly are they?
They're going to the cities. New York.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
They definitely are. I seen something where they said it's different parts of New York are getting a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and look. I mean, is there the crime wave? Bam, rising through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
They've already said that a lot of this stuff, if you go and dig, you can find a lot of these reports on crime, and it's kind of, well, you got to dig and it's kind of squashed, but you'll see it's of that descent of people. You know what I'm saying over there?
And also Afghanistan. Let me cut in real quick backwards.
Yeah,
I know
go ahead, man.
I
Go
always
ahead.
cut you off.
No, go ahead.
K Marie did a live earlier, and
Mm-hmm.
she got it. She showed a video. She broke it down, man. She made a hell of a lot of sense of what's to come, and she was talking about motherfuckers coming in from Afghanistan and the Muslim thing. If y'all can seriously check out K Marie. If y'all don't know, K Marie drops some serious fucking knowledge, man. She really does. When she does lives and she does her videos, she's talking about serious shit. It ain't no goofy shit. Like, don't let the blonde hair and the cute face fool you. She's hard as nails, man. And she did a live tonight, and I would advise everybody to go check it out if you got the time, because she gets into some shit that I didn't even think about.
I had to go to the store. I was on Georgia Peach's chat, and listening to Georgia, and then it was just about the time K Marie was coming on, and I was like, man, I really need to go to the store and get some stuff done. And so I actually put on K Marie's deal and was listening to hers, left Georgia Peach's running in here, and then I listened to K Marie's, and yeah, I couldn't hear a lot of it because I was in the store and I had it turned down real low. I don't.
Right.
This new phone, it only does the wireless headphones now. There's no jack for it.
No shit. Huh.
Yeah, so I've got to get some wireless headphones, but so I had the phone up here, and just I could barely hear it. So anytime there was any kind of noise, there was some stuff I couldn't hear, so I was going to rewatch it.
Well, there's some crime. There's some crime that is regular everyday shit over in these places.
Mm-hmm.
So when they come over here, it's like you can take the, I'll just say you can take the redneck out of Arkansas, but you can't take the Arkansas out of the redneck type of situation. Like you can take Afghanistan people out of Afghanistan, but they're still Afghanistan. They're still rooted. They still, there's shit that goes on over there that don't go on here. Mm-hmm. And when they come over here 100,000 deep, they bring things with them that they do, and sometimes it's not all good. We all know human beings fuck up and do nasty shit sometimes. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about, like over in some of these countries, the RAOOPE, just the first two letters, last two letters. There's a culture over there that is just wild and rambunctious. And then they come over here, and you keep an eye out on your crimes and your news stories when you hear about certain places and certain crimes shoot up, like RAOOPE. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm worried about?
Go ahead, Josh.
The foreign bad possible actors.
Yeah.
If this thing pops off, seriously, if it pops off, it's everything changes, because it's not going to be by accident. It's not going to be, oh, I'm sorry. Everything is going to be intentional with one purpose, and that is to take out as many as you most possibly can. Mm-hmm. So the bad actors that I'm sure are here from multiple different countries that have been planet placed, that have traveled, that are here. I'm really worried about like what you talked about, the things that could be created in a lab. It only takes a few of them just going into a local grocery store, going into a mall, or going into a highly populated place with some new thing, and there you go. So if you're talking numbers, like yeah, they can pull out a machete and just
And
start.
also, they've already proven that the ones that are coming over here and getting shipped
Yeah.
around for free
Uh-huh.
into the country,
Yeah.
they're not happen to be what they're mandating us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man. Yeah.
Josh, I have a question.
Yeah.
How, adding to what you said, how many do you think they want to survive? Because they need
Yeah.
people here still. I mean, like, what
Right.
do you think we're looking at there?
You mean everything?
Let's just say in this country, if we're talking about people being bussed in and airplanes and stuff like that, what do you think? We're at about 330 million.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 100 million.
Okay, so like 2/3.
Yeah. Seriously. I think it's worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they also now there has like a musky fella the other day was talking about there has to be a certain amount of people to be able to do certain amounts of things that is required for even the elitist to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he of course was saying that we are short on that.
Yes.
But he may not be exactly up there with them, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
They may be like, oh, no, we don't need that many. 100 million, you think?
Mm.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Right. I mean, I think that's a good. Yeah. It kind of matches the wars in heaven, 2/3 and 1/3 in a way.
Yeah.
But okay, I discussed this before, but what do you think, Josh, about the possibility that all these DNA companies and all of the various things, it's making it easier to target that goal,
Yeah. That makes complete sense. It really does. There's a lot of parts to this that hasn't crossed my mind. That makes complete sense. It sounds very feasible.
Mhm.
And it sounds it sounds plausible. Yeah. But the system's going to continue. You're still going to have the MOB, AI. You're still going to have that. You're still going to you're still all the things that we talk about. That's why I think as far as nuclear, it's going to have to be either limited or it's not going to happen, because the show still goes on with a whole lot less people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
But now the ones that are coming over here, like I said, are of fighting age. They have already grown up in a war-torn country, so they already have the war experience.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And the mission, they know the mission.
Mm-hmm.
They know, the guerrilla war, the city
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I mean, like Ghost probably could talk way more about this than I could. I don't know. I'm just saying, because I never was over there, but I mean, just my thoughts of that's, if them guys are around 20 to 26 years old, we've been over there for 20 years fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Is kind of my point. They grew up in.
Yeah. Yeah. My only thought on that is, like, instead of having like a pew pew and running around the city, like, you know what I'm saying, like Red Dawn, I just think they would maximize, whatever it is they're trying to do, if it was something, where you coughed and there it went. Or something.
They'd be more efficient about it.
Yes. Yes. But then I'm sure there will be like the ones that just want to run around with their machete. chaos.
I need to see that G2. I need to see that. She said, "Did y'all see the video of all the robots feeding the athletes for the 2022 Olympics?"
Man,
Freaking eye-opening. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, if you go watch some of the military robot stuff, some of the robots, the dog, and some of the, I think I showed it the other night on the deal where, man, they were kicking this robot and like slamming him and doing all kinds of stuff, and he was like still just every time he'd fire, it was bam, it was right on target, bam, bam. I mean, he was this robot was stumbling around and catching its balance, knocked it plumb on the ground one time, it got right back up, boom, 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 and was hitting the targets, and I was like,
yeah. Did you see the one where they were all dancing in unison? The dog, like the one with like the Cyclops head, and they were all. No, it was like 4 or 5 of them, and they were doing like sophisticated moves, like hopping on one leg and flipping and stuff. But they were all in sync, and it was just weird because like the one that was a Cyclops, like it had this like thing with the camera on it. The camera didn't move, but its entire body was moving. So if you put something on that to pick people off, like it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, because I mean, if their technology is that far advanced from what we actually get to see,
yeah,
what we know, you know what I'm saying? What if some of the people that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis actually are these AI robots?
Mm-hmm. I ask that all the time.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Why not? Watch some deep fake videos and CGI, how people can be created, and it's realistic as fuck, dude.
They proved that with that Tupac. You remember when they had Tupac dancing around on stage rapping after his death? That what is it called, Virginia? The
I don't remember. The hologram?
Yeah, hologram.
Yeah,
that shit looks real as hell, man.
It does. They did Tupac, Michael Jackson. A few concerts have had holograms of previous actors. In fact, there are some airports using holograms to check in or like a robot looking bitch, but there's some that have a like a glass wall with a hologram that checks you into your flight.
Like, I mean, even if you haven't been with your gal or your man for more than, a couple of years, I mean, how do you know that that's not especially if you're like a leader of some type of patriot movement or something, how do you know that you're not, like they're targeting you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I get arrested, I'm blaming you, Tribe. I swear.
Josh is sweating.
Why? Because of all this? Because of all this?
He's sweating balls.
They hate when you think for yourself and you actually figure out what the hell they're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, I'll be honest with you, with the way things have been going here with the certain 3-letter agency and gun parts and just all this different stuff, and the way that things have been going and the things that I've said on YouTube, I've already set my wife down and talked to her and been like, look, if the black SUVs pull up, I mean, like it was a real serious talk. Like we really sat down and because
Did you really? So help me understand this. You sat her down and told her you could get picked up?
Yeah.
Really?
Right.
Really? What was your
Virginia,
advice for what to do?
Well, first off, I've stood on the Capitol steps in full body armor. I mean, full loadout kit ready. I mean, AR strapped to, straightforward, I've done, the things that we've talked about on this. I mean, I sat her down and I talked to her and I was like, well, first off, I'm not letting them in the house unless they got a warrant, number one. And the second thing, is, you know, if they come in kicking the doors in, you know, it's probably going to be, I'm probably not walking out, because they don't usually announce when they go kicking doors in. And if somebody kicks my door in the middle of the night, it's going to be a gunfight. That's just all I'm telling
Do y'all think they're gonna let us know if shit's popping off, or if we're popping off, or anything like that? Or you think they're gonna try to hide it from us so we don't panic or get all in our?
Nope.
I wish we had some people from the Depression era and World War II era that could tell us what was going on right before everything and during the Depression. Because, man, I guarantee you there's a lot going on right now that those people would be like, that's exactly what happened before this happened. That's exactly what happened before that happened. You know what I mean?
They tested it with War of the Worlds, and people freaked the fuck out. And they even said at the beginning, this is just reading a book. And they did it on the radio, you know. It was in what, the 40s, 30s? Someone knows the date better.
I think it was the 50s. And I think it was the
50s. And people freaked out, even though they kept saying this, we're just reading a book.
Yeah. The alien invasion.
Mm-hmm.
War of the Worlds.
Yep.
Man, I can see it. MSM. The only thing that will be on television is a nuclear attack coming. That's what they would blast. Please, you know, nuclear attack, nuclear. That's all you would see, no matter what happened. We're on the verge of a possible nuclear attack. They're gonna try to scare as many people as they can.
That would shut down the streets. If they did that, I think it would shut down the street. I mean, most people would be hiding in their fucking house. They'd be putting plastic on their windows. They'd be, you know what I mean? People would just be making up shit to try to fight nuclear. They wouldn't even know how to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If seriously one tank crosses the border, that is what's gonna happen. The last little video I did, Humble was like, yeah, it's gonna be a war, right? It's gonna be a war on CNN and Fox, and you know. And I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? He is absolutely right. MSM blow this shit up. Seriously, they're gonna make it like we're all gonna die tomorrow. And then,
and you know what they won't do? They won't tell us how to defend ourselves. Because you look at 2020. When did they ever tell us how to defend ourselves from that shit? Yeah. Never. They never told us shit. They still to this day won't tell us stuff to take or you know what I'm saying? Except for the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't even tell us the truth. Didn't even tell us the truth about diapers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facial.
Yeah, man. As preppers, seriously, like really, like backwards, like you said, man. Hey, start getting the top off the things that you need. Just like a lot of the other big channels have been saying about all this, there will come a point in time as to where you will not be able to get these things just because of sheer panic from MSM.
I got a great question. It's kind of changing the subject though. So if you wanted to tap in backwards.
I was just going to say that one of the things we were kind of talking about before, I believe it was backstage though, actually, that have some Visqueen, some plastic Visqueen, some duct tape, things like that. Can't say that it'd be 100% guaranteed, you know, save your butt, but I guarantee you it could help with getting you to where you need to be. You know, if this other thing comes out, that the 1 in 3, let's call it a 1 in 3.
Okay.
If the 1 in 3 comes, I'm not going outside.
No.
And if I do, I'm just telling you straightforward. I'm putting the.
That's what I was gonna ask, man. In all honesty, that's what I was gonna ask. But it wasn't for that. It was for nukes. Like I wanted to ask y'all, and I wanted everybody to tap in and tell me what would y'all. Okay, right now. And no matter where it hit, just imagine that it hit right where you're at, you know, 10 miles down the road. A nuke drops right where you're at. Okay, let's say 100 miles down the road. We can't just completely give up. And I feel you backwards, but what are you gonna do? I'm gonna ask Just Josh first. What are you gonna do first thing? You got to worry about fallout. You got to worry. What are you gonna do, man?
What?
If it hits, because in all honesty, this is a possibility, man. There are countries with nukes that are there for weaponry to use if shit pops off.
It's a possibility. Yes, a real possibility. So everything changes. The whole game plan changes. It is no longer hunker in, and things get so much more dangerous. Not just for me, but for everybody around me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things change. So I'm probably gonna have to go from trying to hunker down, and we're talking all my preps. All my preps, everything. I can't carry that. We talked about this. I can't carry that. I don't know if the vehicles will work or not. I don't know. But if they don't, then you're talking bug out bags, maybe another duffel bag over the shoulder. You know what I'm saying? The lightest and think, the defensive items that I'm best with that I can carry the most freedom seeds with, and I'm just gonna have to, me and probably everybody else in my city. I don't know how that plays out. We'll just be walking away from where that hit, and that's just being spiritually prepped up, because you don't have no control in that situation, bro. Everything just went out the window. You don't have no control. The worst case scenario has just happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What do you think, Backwoods? It's 100 miles from you and it hits, and the wind's blowing your way.
Well, my personal opinion is you go crosswind from it. First off, you got to know your jet streams. You got to know your wind directions. You got to know, and if it hits 100 miles away, the only way you're really going to know that when it hits is when the effects start to happen, because communications are going to be gone. I'll be truly honest with you. I hope it center punches the top of my roof. I'm just being honest with you, because, man, I hear all these people have talked about, well, you can do this, and you can take these pills, and you can do this, but it at some point that stuff's going to run out.
Yeah.
And
but it's honest. I just want to cut in just real quick, because it's not an end all, man. There was people that survived Chernobyl. There was people that, you know what I'm saying? There are ways to survive.
Most of them had a lifelong of sick and cancers and nasty skin stuff happen. And
I mean,
do you really want to look at your child like that? Because you got to understand that if it hits here, it's going to hit other places too.
Yeah.
I'm saying, if once we know the nukes are in the air, we're going to send nukes. Where are you going to go? Because and people are just going to start pushing buttons at that point. It's just going to be like shit, and where are you going to go? I mean, it just seems like to me, I don't want to be in a position to have to look at my child coughing up blood, or to have these nasty skin, one eye going blind, and they're all like, I'm hurting so bad, Daddy. I don't want to deal with that, man. I hope it center punches my house, man. Like, I hope, like I may, when we get done with this stream, I may go out there and paint a big X marks the spot right on top of my house. Hit here, please, because I want it to be over, man. I'm just being for real. I mean, that's I think once one goes in the air, it's going to be like a fireworks show on the 4th of July.
A free for all.
All right, what do you think, Roots? What you gonna do? It hits 100 miles from you. What you gonna do?
Well, Backwoods has my heart pumping. That was pretty dark, but I get it. I get what you mean. I think it depends on the proximity. 100 miles is survivable, I believe. I think weapons will be more directed. So if it's within a hot range, I'll sit down, slowly spread my knees, and kiss my ass goodbye. Literally, and even proverbially, one of your, what I would do is try and get underground. I would try to get underground as far as I possibly could. But I mean, we're talking limited time. And it really depends on where you are. Like Monique says, she's by some mountains. And so the mileage is one thing, and how easy it can get to you based on where you are proximity wise.
Let me say, I just want to say this. I just want to say this real quick, Backwoods. This, and I'm not shitting on y'all because I am in the same boat with y'all. There's some other things that I would do, and I'll probably talk about it, but this is what worries me, because we don't even have like a manual to go by. In this we have all these nuclear weapons nowadays with all these countries, and we're fucking in mid-heated, everybody hates everybody. And yet we really don't have any idea on what the fuck to do if this shit pops off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like when I asked the question, we're all like, man, shit, man, that's a hard fucking question. We should really start thinking about nuclear shit. I know New York Prepper does some videos on surviving nuclear war and shit, but I think we should really up our game and our children. Because just because we think I'm sure our children want to live, man, and they got their whole life ahead of them. Like, how are we going to protect them if this shit pops off? Like, man, this is something we need to dive into and really start thinking about, man, because sooner or later.
But one of the things I wanted to point out is that something that I appreciated what Ghetto had said, and I agreed with him 100% because I've actually been watching it for a while too, is the weather. Mm-hmm. How screwed up the weather really is. And this is something that I've watched for years and years, is the weather and the jet streams. And because I went into a pretty good study for a pretty good while when I was doing bass fishing tournaments. And I really wanted to pay attention to how the fish, how the weather affected the fish on each kind of different thing. Like I had this big notebook that I used to keep and write down the different weather patterns and so forth. And over the last 3 or 4 years, and more so even over the last 2 years, our jet stream has been all over the freaking place. Dude, I'm talking about it. It used to be pretty much when wintertime, it would do this. Summertime, it would do this. Now it's summer, winter. It's dipping, and it's all over the place. So to think that if the nukes went off, and we've already talked about the weather, someone being able to control that.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, they could pop off some nukes on the West Coast and send the jet stream right down the center of the United States and pop off a bunch of them. Because there's a deal I saw where this guy was talking about the United, like the whole West Coast, most of California, all the way up through there was all gone. And it was just water now, and the jet stream, the way it dips and dives down, I mean, it could, and they could pop it off, bam, the jet stream, send the jet stream right down the center of the country, and that stuff just go everywhere. I don't know, man. I mean, the alls I can tell you, I know that's a lot of conspiracy type stuff. Sort of.
Not really.
Yeah, exactly. But if you look at the weather patterns over, especially the last 2 years, there was Native just put out that deal about all the stuff going on in the sky. He's like, man, it's a beautiful day, and look what I see when I look up, basically. And
I see that shit every day. Them damn chemtrails every day.
And so I don't know. I'm just saying it's almost hard to predict where the jet stream's going. I mean, there's some of these big time weather guys that I watch, and they're like, well, you know, it looks like it's going to do this, but we're going to keep an eye on it, you know, because they're really not sure, you know, because it's been crazy. Yeah. And that also speaks of in Revelations.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what I would do, man. I just look at it as if, okay, boom, it happens, and you can't leave yet. So what I would do is try to close up as much as I can in my house. I got rolls of plastic and shit like that. I would try to fill up everything I have immediately with water. I try to get as much, every pot and pan, every bathtub, anything I could put water in, fill it up and have it in my house. And I also would take, we got a whole package of those things that block the thyroids, because we live right next to a nuclear power plant. Well, not right next to it, but we're in a place that's close to a nuclear power plant. So we would make sure we'd start taking those, and I would try to wait for it to fall or pass or whatever, and then try to make a move. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to pack up the family and start trying to roll down the road when that shit is all over top of us, falling down everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. So I'd probably try to put myself in the house. You still got to have some kind of circulation, man, but, you know, close up as much as you can, get as much water as I could, and try to wait out the fallout, and then get the fuck out of Dodge and go to a safe place that it hasn't hit yet. Bro, and I understand what you're saying, Backwoods. It could be anywhere, but I'm just saying this. I mean, what else can you do? What else the fuck can you do?
No, I'm dipping. 100 miles away, I'm dipping, bro. I hear what you're saying. Look, it is gonna drive me crazy sitting in the house trying to fortify and insulate, and the first cough, the first headache, I'm gonna be like, is that from radiation?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be in my instinct to just dip. I know what you're saying, but
I just looked at it like, what if you can't dip right away? What if you can't dip right away and you're in your house and you know if you leave, you're gonna be very, very fucking sick. So how can you protect yourself in your house for like a week until it calms down, and then you can make a move? You know what I mean?
Bro,
if that shit breaks out, man, you look at us, we're preppers.
Yeah.
And we're worried to death that we don't think that we could fucking deal with it. Imagine all the people that have no fucking clue whatsoever about none of this shit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be bad.
I mean, I don't know what really to say about it. It just seems like to me that, you know, the pills, there's so many things that can go wrong there. It just seems like there's just one just accident, and all of a sudden, bam, your pills are wiped out for some reason. I mean, there's so many variables there that is such on the line of extreme danger.
Yeah.
To the point that I'm like, man, everything's got to be such perfect place, or else, bam, you're exposed. And once you, I don't know, man.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
It is.
It is.
It's a hard thing, Virginia. The first time I started, I could hear the almost shaking in your voice when you started to talk about it.
I'm still sweating. My palms are sweating. It's scary as fuck, dude.
It is scary as fuck. That's funny because my palms are sweating right now too, talking about this. I mean, It's
I hope we're
scary
not
as
boring the chat. I hope we're not boring the chat. They kind of slowed down on us, man. I hope they ain't like, man, fuck this shit. I don't want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a lot of times when it
Sorry,
slows
everybody.
down, it's because they're listening. You know, no one wants to type. They're like, shit. You know.
Yeah.
And see, where I live, I'm less than 100 miles from the biggest nuclear submarine base the U.S. has.
Oh, shit.
I'm less than 100 miles from Kings Bay. And you know that's on one of the top targets. And then the other way, I'm 16 miles away from a nuclear plant.
Well. Let me not. I'm not trying to go away from what you're saying, Georgia Peach. I feel you because like I'm in. For one, I'm right next to DC, so that's even. It's just that could be a briefcase nuke, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Somebody could just go walking through there and let off a couple of those. But I just want to tap into some stuff, man, to keep people's minds thinking, man, because these are the things that we might have to worry about. What do we do if it is biological? Then what do you do? Because then there is no running to a safe place.
Stay in your house.
But if it's a 30% kill, I mean, what do you still got it? And it's airborne. What do you do? How do you close up your house? How do you, even though you're staying in your house, the air can still get in? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the first? Okay, just Josh or Georgia Peach or Virginia Roos Backwoods. We're told, or it's come about that it's been released.
Yeah.
And bam, it's hitting every state. There's nothing they can do. What's the first thing you do, man? What's that day you get on the news and they say this is released. It'll 1 in 3 is out of here. What do you do?
Are we talking like amid chaos, or are we talking just like
right? Let's say we get off of this live.
Yeah.
Turn on the TV and each one of us see that boom, this shit is hitting, man. What do you do?
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm fortifying the
house.
Literally shit.
Sorry.
No,
sorry, Josh.
No, you're good. You're good. Fortifying the house from the inside. And if it's that bad, then I know like shit's going south fast. Like we're beyond just being cautious, being careful, praying that this thing passes. Bodies are gonna start to drop.
Yes, sir.
I'm fortifying the house and I'm getting everything ready to go. I've got a few air purifiers and stuff like that, but no one's going in or out. Call on my family that's abroad and tell them I love you. See you on the other side, and that's all you can do.
And think about this, y'all. Think about this. Everybody in the chat panel, everything. You think about these things and think to yourself, am I prepped enough to where I can stay in the house? Because that's what you got to do as a prepper, man. If you really do prepare for shit, these are the things you got to think about. Are you prepared enough to lock down your fucking house for a month and not need to go anywhere or have anybody go in or out? Are you prepared enough? Do you have your kids prepared enough in their mind to deal with these things? Mm-hmm. Do you have your wife or your husband prepared enough to deal with these things? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit goes deep, man, but it's serious shit. We are sitting here this fucking close. We're that fucking close to going to World War III with Russia and China. And all these things are on the table.
Yep.
We sit around and we joke around and we have fun and shit, but when it comes down to it, we really need to think about these things, especially when we're in the situations that we are. We are preppers, man. This is what we do.
Well, Tribe, on that, especially if let's say it happened now, we're getting ready to come into this cold front. It's 6 degrees. They're talking about it's going to be 6 degrees here in a couple of days. If you got a fire, first off, if something like that hit and you really wanted to seal off your house, you've got to turn off the heat and air unit. You've got to turn off anything on the out that brings air from the inside. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Anybody with a fireplace, you're gonna have to block that son of a bitch off.
Yeah.
you know, unless you've got a fire going constantly. And then it's still, you know, because then the heat and stuff should be pushing out. But I mean, it's golly, dude, you know, it's a scary thing to think about, because like one of my food storage is not actually, you know, some of my food storage is not actually in my house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've got enough. Yeah, I could last 36, probably 60 days in my house. But if it goes beyond 60 days, man, I'm going to have to come out of the house. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to keep everything in one spot. So I'm going to have to move to get to my other place where I have storage. You see what I'm getting at? So that's kind of a thought process of, damn, well, I mean, because of the threat of this now, what we're seeing, would it be better to keep your stuff in one spot?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what I got set up. And this might help somebody out in the chat, man. Somebody who hasn't thought about it. This is really what I have a tow trailer hitch thing on the back of my van, and I can stack up shit on that, wrap it up in a matter of minutes. It's on there. I keep it on there, and I've kept it on there for the past couple months because of all this shit that's going down. If I got to get up out of here, I don't want to have to waste time doing all that. So I got that hooked up on there. On my roof, I have a cargo thing that has everything you could possibly need to go out in the woods, set up a camp, and chill for a while. You know what I'm saying? Downstairs by my door, I got a whole stack of crates that has freeze-dried food, water, sugar, salt, all kinds of powdered eggs. I could fit at least 6 or 7 of those crates in my van on the back of the thing, all that shit. And this is how I got my shit set up, because if we got a dip, and let me tell you, like, people say, oh, they got a bug out bag, this and that. Well, I think about getting in my van, my family getting in my van, and we roll out. Everybody's got a chore to grab this, grab that. We load it all up, strap it all down, boom, we're out. But I've got my bug out bag, I got my EDC, but I also have just a bag that has clothes, hoodie, stocking cap, gloves. I done changed shit up. We made sure, because you're not gonna be able to go in your closet and grab a bunch of fucking clothes. You're not gonna have the room. You got 5-6 people that need to roll out with you. If you load up all your clothes, that you ain't gonna have no room for food or nothing else. So have a fucking bag with some clothes in it, some deodorant, toothbrush, shit, like some soap. We got bars of soap. Like, I use liquid soap when I'm at the house and shit, but I got bars of soap that's in my shit to get the fuck out of here. I keep Q-tips, toothpicks, shit that you use every day, because it's gonna be the little things. When you're stuck out and you get a fucking splinter in your hand, you need a pair of tweezers. When you got something stuck in your tooth, that shit'll drive you crazy. You're gonna need some toothpicks. You need to keep yourself clean. At least your ear. You don't want an ear infection in the middle of shit hit the fan. And these are the things that I have set up for me personally and my family, to where if shit hits the fan and I need to roll the fuck out, boom, they're at hand. They're set up in places so I can get to them, load them up, and boom, we're out. I also have an extra cargo carrier that I can throw on top of my wife's car, and I can strap that down in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And that'll hold a whole nother load of shit and her trunk. So if we roll out in 2 cars, and we also have a plan that if we ended up getting split up of different places to meet, because we used to go from South Carolina to Maryland back and forth all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So we know different places all the way down that whole route. Now, if we have to go a different route, we know Pennsylvania, how to get to Pennsylvania and do some shit there. But if we had to head west, man, it's gonna be rough. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just little shit like this, man. This is what we do, man. This is how we got it set up, and that's no bullshit.
I've got an enclosed trailer. And the hitch, I can have it hooked to my truck and have everything we need loaded on it. And it'd probably take it. I mean, you know, if you really start talking about 4 people and everything 4 people's going to need, because we're gonna put the guns, ammo, and food in first. And
Right.
and then I do have some clothes and stuff that are in carry bags and stuff like that I've already got set up. And it's, you know, I mean, really and truly, I could like seriously leave my house with the trailer completely loaded, everything out of here that I would need to fit in that trailer, probably hour and a half. I mean, that's everything.
Right. We also just, you know, because we do little videos and we talk about shit and then we don't go back to it. And it's always good to remember things. Like we have birth certificates, social security numbers, our wedding license, all that shit copied and in plastic bags and in our bug out bags and shit. You know what I'm saying? Cash. Keep some cash in there. I'm telling you, with the way shit's going, man, I'm really worried about maybe having to get the fuck, especially me, because I'm so close to the government and shit.
Yep.
You know, the White House and all that. I'm like, man, I might need to head to Arkansas. I might need to head to Missouri or fucking Texas or fucking Florida or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I keep 2 Swedish jerry cans full of gas on my van. They're locked, and I put there's for fishing rods you can get this pen, not the liquid kind, but the grease. And on my locks on my van, I spread that grease all over the entrance to where it locks all around the lock mechanism and where the key goes. And I keep it greased up so water can't get in it. And I got it locked on top of my van. I got 10 extra gallons of gas at all times. You know what I'm saying?
I got a 5-gallon can in the back of my truck right now full of gas. It's been in there, and I've got a couple more here that I rotate out, and I'll, you know, every month or so I'll go, and when I fill my truck up, I'll dump that gas can in there and fill it up, and then I'll bring it home and exchange it and put one of the other gas cans in my truck. I keep 5 gallons of gas on me all the time because I don't really go outside of my realm. And to be honest with you, where I would go I could that 5 gallons of gas, I'm, you know, no problem. I'm good.
Yeah. See, I used to, man, when I first started prepping 20 years ago, I was one of those preppers that just wanted all the toys. I wanted all the cool shit. But after, and this is the God's honest truth, the last 2 years being deep rooted in this community has really changed my whole mindset. I really do have shit that I really would need in my bug out bags and my EDCs. You know what I mean? Communications, you know, medicines. I keep an extra inhaler in my shit. I keep so much shit that you really need.
Yeah.
Things, you know what I mean? I do keep a lot of fire stuff though.
Mhm.
Fire stuff is very important. I got a hell of a fire kit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Tribe, I just got a package today of the cool little toys. I couldn't help myself the other night.
Hell yeah. I still love them, but I don't keep them. Yeah, hell yeah, man. That shit's awesome.
Yeah, the Blackbeard. I got me another little hunting knife with a flint. You know, it'll fire starter. Got me another headlamp.
Not Flintstone.
Got me another headlamp, and then I bought 3 of these things, man. They're little pocket size fire starter, little fire starter kit.
Nice.
Bought some of them, and check this thing out, man. I've got 2 or 3 already, but check this out.
I got that exact same one. It comes apart in the middle, don't it?
Yeah. You take these 2 like that. Comes apart.
I got that. I got 2 of those.
Knife.
Yep.
I couldn't help myself the other night. I was sitting in here and I was like, looking at some toys and stuff like you're talking about, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just order me a bunch of this stuff. It just ain't.
I think one of the most important preps I have in my bags, though, and I really do think it's one of the most important, is a life straw and the little capsules that you put in water, because you might have to drink out of a mud puddle. You just don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I take that shit when it came down. Like, when I first started prepping, I didn't put food in my bug out bag. I didn't even think about it. I was like, food, man. You know what I mean? I want knives and fire starters and shit. Nah, I got food in that shit now. Food in my van, food in my bug out bag, food in my EDC. I got little waters, shit that you can carry water, heat up water, water purification shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes down to it, that's the main thing you need is food and water.
Yeah.
Something you didn't talk about.
Oh yeah.
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 Spray,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
These are wipes that, man, they don't weigh anything, and you know, you can and some of these deals too. I ran across this the other day. This is a little knife. Yeah, but it's you know, the sealable waterproof canister, and this thing was like $6 or $7 or something like that. With a little knife. The knife probably ain't worth 2 shits, but you know, it could get you out of a pinch. But
still a knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta dip out, man. I gotta go cook some dinner and all that other good stuff. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Seriously, lots of good information.
Appreciate you too, man. Thanks for hopping up on here with us, man. You stayed longer than you said. You said you had an hour. It's been 2.5 hours.
It's interesting, man. Like seriously, like I'm learning, man, and I think this is a real possibility. So it's important information. Yeah, y'all be safe.
Josh, I love hanging out with you.
Same here.
Thank you for chilling with us. I love it.
Yeah, anytime.
No doubt.
All
Thank
right.
you, man.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh, check your email, honey.
Man, I'm so bad at that. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna cook my hamburger tonight.
All right.
All right. See y'all later.
See you,
All
John.
right. Thank you, man.
I'm bad at it too. I know I get emails and I'm really bad at checking them. But also, guys, I can't type in the chat, so I've seen some hellos and whatever, and hi everyone and so on.
What's up, Nikki? What's going on?
Hey, girl.
Nikki.
Hey.
I like to get a few of these knives too that got the paracord already on it. You know, the paracord can always come in handy, you know.
You know what I do? You know what I do backwoods on our steering wheels? I can show my steering wheel in my van. I wrapped that paracord that has the fire starter in it and the fishing line.
Mm-hmm.
I wrapped my whole steering wheel with that shit. Because you know what I'm saying? Boom. Take that shit off, and it's good for grip and everything, but it's right there. It's something for safety, something I can use if shit hits the fan. Yeah,
that's actually an excellent idea, bro. I'm gonna take. I've got a bunch of that paracord. That's a good idea.
And it gives you a big ass length of it. You know what I mean? Because it wraps. If you wrap it just regular around, like I did it real tight and just wrapped it. Take you about an hour to wrap that whole month, but it'd be worth it in the long run. If I get into some trouble, boom, I got some paracord right in my hands.
You know what would be a good idea about that? It's going to be raining over the next 2 or 3 days, like really raining a lot. I could go out there in my truck because my phone will hook to my stereo. I've got like this 2,500 watt stereo system in my truck, subs and all that. I could put on some tribe beats.
Yeah.
Jam out while I'm sitting there wrapping the steering wheel.
Hell yeah.
Just saying.
And what I did to make it easier, I stuck the paracord in a sock. That way because you got to move it through your damn steering wheel. It's a pain in the ass, you know what I mean? So you don't want a whole bunch of paracord just all out and about. So I stuck it in a sock. That way you could just maneuver the sock in and out, and it would just pull out of the sock.
Have you seen the paracord in the can?
Nah.
Dude, they've got the paracord in the can now. You can get us this little can. It's got this little deal on the top. It's a dispenser. Man, you just sit there and pull out what you need. It keeps it all in that can. You get done, you cut it off, bam, it keeps it all. It's some little deal, and you can buy these reload kits for it. of paracord. You know, I thought it was pretty neat.
You can also put paracord in your boots, and then use it as shoestrings, and then boom, you got paracord. Like seriously, man, there's a lot of shit you can do to hide preps just in plain sight and use them every day. And then boom, if you get in trouble, I put paracord on everything, and I put that survival paracord, so it has fishing line, fire starter, has a little wire in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I know. I got you, bud. That's a hell of an idea, though, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna be wrapping my shit up.
Yeah, it makes for a good handle for your steering wheel too. It really does.
You know, never mind. I ain't gonna say that.
I don't always talk about preps and prepping and stuff. You know, we try to hang out and talk war stories and scenarios and shit like that, man. But I really do take prepping serious, man, and I really do the damn thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just we I don't know. I guess I just don't talk about it a lot, man. It's because we're trying to have fun doing all this other shit. But man, prepping is serious to me.
Mm-hmm.
Paracord.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this is just what I grabbed right. I got this shit everywhere, man. I keep this in all my bags. I mean, it's you ain't. I mean, it's, and this is the 1100 paracord, the little thicker, better, heavy dutier stuff.
Yeah, is that the 660?
This is the 550.
550.
Here, and this is the 1100.
1100. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even if shit don't hit the fan, paracord comes in handy a lot. Of like, I'll be fishing and want to put a tarp over my van because it starts raining. Boom, paracord. I can tie it off. Do whatever I gotta do. I always gotta have some paracord with you. I'm trying to think of all the shit that I keep in my van, like for preps and shit. Maybe I need to do another van video and show y'all everything that I got in my van that I keep prepped up at all times.
I loved your van video. Legit loved it. I used to deliver newspapers in that exact type of van, the Astro.
Yeah.
And I for sure, if you have an update or kind of some ideas, and I've seen it come up more and more about bug out bags or things to have quick on the go. I think about it all the time. I'm honestly not ready. Like, I have all the shit I would need for them just all over the house.
Right.
I don't know what to put in the car. I don't know what to put by the door. I don't know what to put in the garage, in the closet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, a lot of times, Virginia, we get to feeling silly sometimes. You know, that's probably a lot of why I don't talk about a lot of things too, because you start feeling silly like the tinfoil hat guy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you kind of shy away from it. But that's what this community is about, prepping. As far as I'm concerned, I'm prepper tribe. You know what I'm saying? So I need to stop worrying about, because I think I have some great ideas to share with people, man. I just don't share them because I feel silly or something. But I don't know. I need to share more.
The Boy Scouts all of a sudden have been dissolved because they're perverts and blah, 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 blah. Well, think about it. What did they teach? Survival.
Yeah.
All of these little groups and organizations that were teaching kids young, when we were kids, you know what I'm saying? And they're slowly being dissolved because they're, for whatever reason, ironically reasons that the narrative is pushing for the most part, right? Is the irony not ferocious?
Right,
so,
right.
We're breeding it out. I don't think it's something to be ashamed of. I think it's being bred out of our kids and of the norm. And being that a lot of us have done it decades, it's clear.
Yep.
We feel uncomfortable now. Did you feel uncomfortable 20 years ago? No, you were cool.
Yeah. And 2020. Oh, go ahead, George. Go ahead. You got it.
I was going to say what I use for like my bug out bag for like a fire starter is I get cotton balls and I take and, put Vaseline on them real good. And I'll take and put about 10, 15 down into an old medicine bottle.
Yeah. Cotton balls. I got some in my kit too.
and just take, chunk them over in my EDC and my, bug out bag.
Yeah.
I have probably about 20 bottles prepped up, because we never know what we'll need it for.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you though, my favorite, and I know other people have talked about it. I've showed it on some videos, last winter and shit. But my favorite is dryer lint. You break up some dryer lint, you spark that shit one time, and boom, you got a fire going.
Mm-hmm.
I keep all my dryer lint. I save that shit like crazy. I got a big old bag of it, but I keep it in every fire kit I got. I got plenty of dryer lint.
Hell yeah!
I hadn't thought about
that.
that.
I got a ton of this shit,
All
man.
nice and organized too, man. I'm proud of you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Dryer
indeed.
lint.
Oh, in a toilet paper roll, it keeps it. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
These are ones that I just keep out here to start my fire in my fireplace out here. I keep some of them out here, but I've got some in there that I've got a little more prepped up with a little Vaseline on the end of them, to kind of keep some moisture out of them, stuff like that. I've got them vacuum sealed, things like that, to really make sure that and plus the little pack, the dryer pack.
Moisture.
Yeah. But I keep, these all the time.
You know what I've kept in my EDC for the past 2 years? A can of Lysol.
Oh shit! For what?
No doubt. Just, man, when this thing first hit,
Mm-hmm.
when I would go to the doctor or I'd go to the store and shit, when I would get home, I would spray down wherever I touched on the car doors. I would spray down my steering wheel when I got home, just to kill it all.
Mm-hmm.
I was taking off my clothes outside and then jumping in the shower the first month it was going on because we didn't know what was, you know what I mean?
I did the same thing. No, I did.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us did for quite a few months, even, really sanitizing everything. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It does.
I had these pretzels the other day, these tangy mustard pretzels, and I ate all of them. And I started to throw this in the trash, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just hold on to that. And I just thought about that. I'm gonna keep my dryer, my fire starter logs in there. To give it an extra seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always be thinking, man. Always be thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you always say about your mind being prepared?
Yeah, when you prepare your mind properly, everything will start to fall into place.
Yep.
And
that was a good idea, Nisi.
Another thing I keep in my EDC, I gotta do another thing on my bags. It's been such a while. That was like one of my first videos we did, but I keep Crystal Light packages of different flavorings for water.
Mm-hmm.
Because you figure if you got to drink out of a mud puddle or something, it's not gonna be that great anyway. But if you add a little bit of flavoring to it, you know what I mean? And I got in my storage crates, I got big tubs of Gatorade powder, lemonade powder, tea powder, all kinds of flavorings for water, man. Because you're gonna get sick of drinking water after water after water.
I've got a video on mine from a pretty good while back of the same exact thing, Tribe. We was thinking alike, man. I was like, guys, go get you some of these flavor packs, because it's, and one of the things that I do is I've got some extra tubing and stuff around here, some of the little clear plastic tubing.
Yeah.
Because you can use tubing in a 5-gallon bucket. You can actually use tree sap to seal where you put a hole in the bucket, and if you filter out, you can take that tubing and you let it drip out of there. Well, on the bottom of it, you can take like a piece of hickory or a piece of oak or anything like that and carve you a wedge and put it up into the tubing like a plug and let the weight of the water sit on that plug and have something down below, and that thing will eventually start dripping and it'll filter through that wood.
Yeah.
And it'll filter your water out for you. And that's going to taste like crap. But if you got some of them little flavor packets, man, you just dump the flavor packet in there, man, you got some water, you're good to go.
Right,
Yes, sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
It's my understanding having something like Tang. Y'all do your own looking it up. I'm not 100%, but get those because of the vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think Tang and maybe some of those orange powders.
Yep.
That's some legit vitamin C source right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's something else you can get too, where it comes in like a shit. I forget what the words never come to me. It's little packages that you can get in the store. And when I first started prepping, I got it because my foster mother was telling me about how on the ships, people started getting real sick because they didn't have no fruit. They didn't get no vitamin C. So I was getting these little packages that you could actually.
Was it emergency?
No,
Emergency?
no, it was like a cooking. It was something to do with cooking, but it was like real potent lemon or some shit.
Oh.
And it was a powder, but it was packed with vitamin C. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of
can't
the
remember
sailors
what
died
the
of
hell.
scurvy, and
that's what it is.
from the lack of vitamin C. There you go.
Yep.
Backwoods. Yeah.
I
Yes,
see
indeed.
things
What's
all
the
over the
percentage
place.
of vitamin C on that?
But I keep a bottle of vitamins in my bug out bag too, though. A whole it's I think a 90-day supply. Good. You know what I'm saying?
They say 100%.
Boom.
There you go.
100% of daily vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
I got tons of these damn things, and I drink on these almost every day. Also, because that's why I was able to grab them so quick, because they're right there on our bar, and I've actually got another one in there that's open that's almost empty, but I've got, one is none and two is one.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Yep. It's crazy. You get into prepping, man, and there's so many things that are small that you can fit in your bag that you'll really fucking need, that you don't need on a daily basis. But if shit hits the fan and you can't have your apple out of the refrigerator or something, man, that you can really fucking help yourself out. I also keep a deck of cards, man. You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
And some dice. I keep some
We'll be
couple
having
dice.
poker tournaments like a motherfucker when it hits the fan.
Hell yeah. And Yahtzee, man. You can play Yahtzee.
Will I get in trouble if I say strip poker?
Oh, it's only if you strip.
Only if you lose. Only if you lose.
Right. I did buy this little gadget too, man. Just for whatever reason, but it's basically like
Niecy
a lighter.
Getting excited. Niecy getting excited backwards. Look, she naming all her shit.
Right. I hadn't charged it up yet, but it's like a little lighter, and it throws out a little that little spark. You can do it underwater and all kinds of shit. They say.
Oh, underwater? What the?
What it said.
Huh.
I hadn't tested it out yet. I'm kind of worried because I was looking at a video, and I was like, because it's like an arc lighter, and I'm like, what if that shocks the piss out of you? That'd be fucked up, man.
Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Huh.
I actually got.
Get you some of these.
Oh, I got it. I got the best one you could buy, man. I can just
I've got
set my
several.
phone on it. I just used mine. I had to go pick up my son from the detention center. but my phone was like on 20%, and I was like, shit, and I forgot my cord. And then I was like, damn, man, I carried EDC every day. Only thing I had to do was sit my phone on there, and it was charging the whole way. I was like, see, this is why we do what we do. You know what I mean? It ain't got to be shit hit the fan in order to fucking have your shit right.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that bright ass light on it too.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, let me go grab my bag. Since we sitting here sharing shit, let me go grab my bag.
Get your bag, boy.
It also once you turn this on, if this is the right one, let's see. I've got one of them. You turn it on and then you press the button again and hold it for a second. No, this ain't the right one. There's one that does a SOS.
Oh, really?
Damn, Tribe.
Shit.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You press it. It does SOS.
That's my
Oh,
EDC.
cool. Is that? It's
I
a
wanna
case
somewhere.
on the phone? Is that what it is?
No, this is a charger. A
Oh, a
solar
charger. Oh, I thought that
Yeah,
was
it's got
okay.
the
Sorry.
USB ports and stuff here.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, and you just it'll charge. It's like I think it'll fully charge like 3 phones, a computer.
I've never tried to get solar stuff, being in the north, but
I wished I could show this other toy that everybody needs to have. But
is it a long toy?
Yeah, there. Well, it's a pretty good size here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Tribe.
And I got 2 other battery packs too that are different. You got to charge them, but I got one that'll hold a charge over a year. Doesn't go down at all. My sister-in-law got it for me for Christmas. It's the best, and it'll charge my phone like 3 times, man. It's let me see here. Where the hell is it? If y'all can get y'all's hands on this, I'm telling you, and they're not even that expensive. Like she said, she didn't spend that much, but it's Anchor, and it's just a battery pack. But man, this thing is fucking awesome. Awesome. I've used it probably 10 times already.
We've got one of them. My wife has one. They use it when they're going on a road trip because there's a lot of times there's 2 or 3, 4 people in the car, you know, and all the plug-ins and stuff, and that they just keep the battery back up. And then we have, I don't know, at least 3 or 4, maybe hell, we may have 5 of these
Extra
solar
meds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what else I keep in my bag? I think I put it in the truck though, but I keep a Narco, man. My doctor was telling me, she was like, look, why don't you just go ahead? Because she knows I'm a prepper. And she was like, why don't you just let me go ahead and call you in a Narcan thing? She's like, you never know. You might be out and about and somebody have an overdose and you can save their ass. And I was like, you know what? That is a good thing to get. So talk to your doctors. If y'all can get it's a thing. I think it's, you can save 2 people with it. And like, I don't have to worry about my family or anything like that, but you never know. You run into somebody out on the streets and you got that, like, you could save somebody's life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was free for me. I didn't even have to pay for it. I don't know why, but but I think I used up, what is it called when, remember all our prescriptions ended up free at the end of the year because we used up our what? Huh? Deductible. Yeah, we had used up our whole deductible, so then all our prescriptions were for free for like the last month of the year. So I ended up getting it for free. And this is what it is, man. I hope I can show this on but it's Narcan nasal spray. You can save 2 people's life with that.
Damn, backwoods.
And that's for like an OD situation?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, really? That's crazy, dude.
I like that setup. Shit, I just use an old school backpack.
Then I got my Olight. I also keep this in my bag. It's this is for cleaning your knives and keeping them from rusting and shit. Tough cloth. You know what that is, Backwoods?
Mm-hmm.
And you can use it for your guns and everything.
Yep.
So I keep that. I got a spray bottle of it for the house, but I keep this in my bag. It's like little pads.
Sophia, I'm gonna be honest with you. This backpack is way over packed. It's heavier than 2. But I have other backpacks, kind of like what Tribe has, that I can do what I need to survive and stuff. This backpack is something that is one of my goals for this year. I can carry this backpack. I'm going to be honest with you. I can carry this backpack about 50 to 75 yards before I have to stop and be like, you know what I'm saying? And that's not very far.
Right.
So, I'm just being honest about it. My goal is that I can carry this thing, within the next 3 months, that I can carry this thing a mile. That's one of my goals.
Just showing y'all different shit that I got in my medical kit in my EDC too.
Dude, that is freaking awesome.
Definitely.
Tourniquet.
The main thing I lack is medical.
Anti-diarrhea medicine.
Ain't nobody need dysentery.
Right. And then a bandage, I think this is the Israeli bandages or something. I'm not sure what they call it, but it's like to wrap it up and then it turns into like a cast. And backwoods, this is what I keep my paracord on, man. You can buy these. They're like $3 on Amazon, but you can wrap them up. It's got a cutter on it and everything, and it keeps it, nice and bound up so you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Some wraps. Oh, yeah, definitely some bandanas. Got to have your bandanas. Then a whole little kit, whole nother kit. It's got bandages and all kinds of different shit in it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Here a while back, I actually dropped. I was able to find one on sale. It was a $1,200 medical field medical backpack system, and I got it for about $600. I dropped 6 bills on it, and it was it has all the sutures, all that stuff you're showing, and it's a backpack. And now only one person, it's not that heavy, but it would take a person to carry it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of for a bug-in scenario, I guess you can say.
I keep surgical gloves and N95 masks in here too. I think it was Monique talking about she has surgical gloves. I keep plenty of pairs of surgical gloves in here too. I also at one point, I don't have it in my EDC, but I have it in my my bug out. I keep a small candle, and that's with my emergency like first aid supplies. Because let's say you cut your arm open and it's the middle of the night. How are you going to see to stitch somebody up or something like that? So you don't want to hold a lighter the whole time. So I put a little candle in there that'll keep light going. I don't know if that's goofy or not, but
I even made a pillow. You know what this is made from?
No.
A bandana and some old shirts. I made this. I sewed it and everything myself.
Uh-huh.
I made this thing back, man, several years. This thing's been hunting with me so much, and camping and stuff. This my pillow, man.
Cool.
And yes, I did sew that myself, and it's been around for a long fucking time, man.
You got your Baofeng with you on your bag? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I bought this little thing here one day. It's a real nice first aid.
See, these are the Crystal Light
bags.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Light flavoring packages that I was talking about. Oh, I keep I'm not gonna break everything out, but I keep zip ties in my shit too. I keep a bunch of zip ties.
Yes, zip ties and tribe. I was just gonna tell you this right here. Coated wire. Your clothesline wire. This shit is light as it's just, and you can wrap a bunch of it, man. This stuff, and because you don't need no tools to bend it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can bend it with your hand and wrap it around. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
With just some fingers, and then you can undo
catch you
it.
Catch you some food with that shit right
catch
there.
Some food. You could use it to tie to make a for a overhang for shelter, all kinds of stuff, man. I keep that in a bunch of my bags as well.
And Native hooked me up with this, so I put that in there now. Bite and sting kit.
Mm-hmm.
That tribe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There it is.
All these women up here like, fuck these motherfuckers.
I know everybody getting bored with us. Everybody getting bored with us. I'm sorry.
I do actually have to go. My boy is running circles with the dog right behind me. I was just waiting for a second to say goodbye and thank you for having me on.
Thank you for coming, Virginia, for real. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Absolutely. Y'all behave. I'll see you soon.
Okay,
you, Virginia.
All right.
Some of these,
See you later.
Some waterproof fire sticks.
Hell yeah.
I tried a few of them out, man. And they work really, really, really good, man.
Yes, sir.
They work really good.
Man, I think I got every kind. I got fat wood, fire lint, cotton ball. Man, I got so much shit to start a fire with. I know I'm getting a fire started.
Right. No, I'm just sitting here adding stuff mentally to, add to my bag.
Hell yeah.
Got to have one of these too. Try.
What you got? What you got? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, indeed, bro. I got my Dave Canterbury set, man. I waited fucking couple years to get that. I'm so glad I got that thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's just shit you gotta have, man. Gotta have it at hand too. Like, people don't make a bug out bag and then stick it somewhere where you don't remember where it's at or something. Like, always have your bug out bags and your EDCs raring and ready to go at all times. I keep them right where you can grab them and go. Oh yeah, mess kit, damn right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you something else that I believe is super important. That's some camo material.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's a 3 foot by 10 foot. I was gonna make some bandanas out of it, but I haven't done it yet, and I'm thinking about just leaving it whole, man.
I got this little baby right here too.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of a bitch to get out right at first, but because it just barely does fit in there. They was trying to save room, But
Sophia, all right, you have a great night. Thanks for chilling with us. Really appreciate you.
See you later, Sophia.
What's up, Dreamweaver? What's
going
on? Outlaw Dreamweaver.
Right. That's
good night,
cool.
Sophia, though. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Appreciate you.
See, Backwoods and Tribe don't just get on here and talk a bunch of shit about people.
Right? Right? We actually do the things.
That's right.
You got to, man. You got to.
Yeah, you were talking about Tribe. You was talking about them trash bags.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got it.
I think mine are actually 6 mil.
Yeah, that's what.
Got the real thick ones. But like on my bug out bag, I got wool blankets and shit and all kinds of shit. I got tarps in my van in the top roof carrier. I got tarps in there, plus a tent and some other shit. But
that's like I've even got duct tape in my bug out.
You say a tarp?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
What'd you say, Georgia Peach?
I've got a roll of duct tape in my bug out bag along with a tarp. Some twine, some rope.
Hell yeah. Good night, Monique King. Thanks for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you.
Night, Monique.
Zip ties, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I keep all kinds of shit in mind too, man. Them little bitty things like you're talking about like that. I mean, man, the trash bags, the little zip ties and the paracords, and man, that shit, dude, it'd be invaluable, man.
I'm to the point now where I feel naked if I don't have it with me. Like I throw this bag in my truck every time I leave, man. Every time I walk out the door, I carry this bag with me.
Right.
Yeah, I do too.
I also got a little bag that's connected to it, and that's got like a fire kit in it. It's got my weatherproof paper with pen. I got a tactical pen on it. It's got a little flashlight on it and all kinds of shit. You know, I got my old light for flashlights. Gotta be prepared. Gotta be prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. This day and time it pays.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised how much you use some of the stuff without it. You know, it ain't got to be a shit hit the fan scenario. Sometimes I use my flashlights because I just need a light at the time, or you know what I mean. It's like all kinds of stuff in there you end up using at different times just because you need something at the time. It's just good to have.
Yeah.
These little lights right here you can buy.
I got 2 of them.
Yeah, I've got that one. I've got this one. It's a
Yes,
little
sir.
bigger, a little brighter, and then it's got a flashlight on it as well.
Yeah.
And then
My sons use those when they go fishing, man. They don't want to use a lantern because it's too much work. So they'll just grab that and go out there and do the damn thing. Dreamweaver says she's been to battle the last 9 days. I know you've been putting in work.
yes, she has.
I've
been watching her videos.
Canada standing up.
I got brand new stuff everywhere, dude.
Oh, you want to show knives?
2 brand new ones I bought. And then you seen I just got a package today with another brand new one.
I got my baby. This bitch is clean. I keeps her clean, my Essie. Oh yeah, backwoods, you got to get yourself an Essie, man. They are just the weight of them, the feel. Man, these things are so nice. It's like $100, but man, it's American made. I think it's out of Alabama.
Yeah.
Just fucking awesome knife, man. My necklace knife is SE too. It costs around like $90, I think.
I got
but it's worth it.
I got a K-bar. What I use.
I got one of those too. It's in my bug out bag. Tanto style.
Man, you gotta have one of these too, Tribe.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got one in my van, but what it is it's a real shovel that it got messed up, so I had to cut it down a little bit, and I cut the handle down to about 2 foot, and I keep it in my roof carrier. But it's badass.
This one I've got one of the military, shovel, the little hard plastic deal that I carry.
Sweet. Man, I love these membership lives, man. I love them, man. It's just a bunch of good folks hanging out, just doing the damn thing. You know what I mean?
That's right. It's laid back and chill.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some of these too. I've got 4 or 5 of these. I've got a couple of them that's got the rechargeable batteries on them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good to have, man.
Yeah.
I got about 50 real Coleman lanterns, and I got like probably 10 stoves, real stoves. But I used to collect them and shit. So
bad thing is, man, I've got a couple of duffel bags in there. They're pretty good sized duffel bags, and they're just full of brand new shit. I just buy the stuff and just throw it in there, and once in a while I'll run across a really nice backpack, and I'll go and dig and throw shit in there, and then I'm like, well, damn, I use this and this and this. I'm at the store, I got some extra money, so I'll buy more shit.
Yeah. I just got lucky as hell, man. My wife's dad gave us a 511 backpack, the real deal.
Yeah,
that thing's expensive, man. He gave it to us, man. I had a hiking backpack that I had my bug out stuff in. I took everything out and put it in that 511, and now my hiking backpack is filled with clothes, hoodies, hats, all that shit. And I got a wool blanket connected to the bottom. Got Niecy's wool blanket connected to it. You know, you gotta have these things, man. I got in my roof carrier on my van, I got sleeping bags. I'm telling you, man, we keep it packed out. We keep it packed out for sure.
Man, I don't know, brother. You know, the stuff. I mean, it's we just got to stay vigilant, man. Just watch and pay attention, and you know, just keep prepping. You know, make sure that the one thing for sure, if you don't have water filtration, that is one of the number one things you need to get, because 3 days without water and you're done. Right. And there's so much stuff that you could run into with the water situation, you know, of it being you know, toxins or whatever in it. And you know, the better get any filter that you can afford to have, you know. But if you can afford the more expensive ones, get the better filters. I've got a ton of Life Straws, but really that was when I first started prepping, you know. So I've got the Sawyer Minis now.
Yeah.
I've been replacing the Sawyer Minis, and I actually run across a deal with the backpacks. They were on sale for $20 a piece, and they're really nice backpacks, and they got the camelbacks in them.
Man, I just got one for Christmas from my it's my wife's son. Well, I mean, you know, my stepson, right. Man, he ordered me a camel pack. Man, it's nice as shit too.
Yeah, and you can take that thing, you can just dip it in the creek. Don't worry about it. Hook your Sawyer Mini to the end of it and have your little deal. You can sit there and drink right out of it. It'll be filtered. You got nothing to worry about.
Yes, indeed. You know what else they got, Backwoods? They got a gravity system. Sawyer Mini, or it might be Life Straw. I was gonna get one for Van. I was gonna get one with Van Life Virginia. I was gonna get her one, but ended up running out of money at the time, and I don't really go to Walmart all that much, and that's where I seen it, so I haven't been back. But you fill it up with a gallon of water, and it just drips through the Sawyer Mini, and like within, I don't know, a half hour or something, you got a gallon of water just by gravity that is pure and clean.
There's another. I bought this one extra. It's a camelback.
Shit, let me go get mine.
This actual military one that I bought, and I've got to get the right.
Heck yeah.
I've got to get the I'm gonna get me another Sawyer and hook it up to this, and I'm gonna go ahead and get it all hooked up and get it ready to go.
Yeah. That's nice, Trub. They both nice. Heck yeah.
I got stuff freaking everywhere.
I know how that is.
I just picked up some of these too. They're extreme sticky notes. You can put them in rain and everything, and they'll stick to anything. And I got them on sale. They're usually $5 a pack. I got them for like $1.98 or something a pack. I got 2 packs of them.
I picked up these also, 2 waterproof Army duffel bag things.
Got me some of these too, Backwoods. Might want to look into it, man. Oxygen.
Huh.
I got 2 of them. They're expensive as hell. They're real lightweight though, man. So I mean, it's like nothing because it's just oxygen in them. Right. But it gives you 200 puffs of oxygen. I mean, if shit hits the fan, man, and there's smoke and shit, I mean, you know what I mean? This could be a lifesaver right here. I got 2 of them.
Hey, Tribe, not to mention we're sitting over here on these YouTube puffing on these cigarettes and cigars and shit. We're gonna need some. We're trying to run away from folks. Be like, hold on, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm being for real.
But y'all was showing y'all's knives off.
Oh yeah. Shit! There it is. Oh, I got
And
something backwards.
I actually keep this in my purse. And you know, I keep my purse on me at all times. And then
Right.
this one, can y'all see who's on it
Nice.
there?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
can see it. That's your Trump knife.
Yep. That one I keep on my person at all times. And it's sharp. And you know, it's one of those you just hit the button and wham, you know. So, but yeah.
That's interesting. I want to show backwards a knife I got. He's gonna be like, "Oh shit!" Give me 1 second.
All right.
Y'all gonna make me pull out the sword.
Heck yeah.
Is it on this bag? Yeah.
Well, these dogs around here is raising immortal hell tonight.
Now this is my hit bag. Like if I want to go out in the water and I just want to do some like with those lures you gave me and shit backwoods, and I want to just walk out into the water, I can have this over my shoulder. It's got knife, pliers. It's got a couple things inside with lures and shit, a little tape measure. But check this knife out, backwoods. This is a Moore knife, but it's a cork handle, so it floats.
Oh, nice.
So if it drops in the water,
yeah,
that bad boy,
very
you
nice.
don't lose it. You know what I mean? It's super lightweight, cork handle. Man, this thing is badass, man.
I like that. That's nice.
It's not that expensive. They're only like $20, man. You should look it up on Amazon. Cork handled Moore knife. Badass.
Oh yeah.
I thought you would appreciate that, being a fisherman and whatnot.
That's sweet as hell, man. That's a good idea because, man, you out there and you're trying to reach and you grab a knife, and man, your hands are slick because actually, that's probably Niecy's bag because she's the one that catches the fish, so you wouldn't know what it's like to have slick hands, But me, I catch fish, so my hands are slick, and man, you could. No,
I feel you.
Like, hey, what the hell, man?
I feel you, brother. I feel you. I tell you though, Moore knives are great for fishing, man. I keep a Moore knife on every one of my fishing bags. Like I got one on, like I got the orange one over there on my fishing backpack. I got this one on this hip bag. Gotta have it, man. That's what I was saying in one of the lives I was talking about, man. You want to have your hunting and your fishing gear together, man, because if shit hits the fan, that's a great way to get some food. You know what I mean?
Well, and the camo thing, a lot of people, dude, I wear camo every day, just nearly. In fact, I started to wear a camo shirt tonight, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I had that one on Friday night because it all just came out of the wash, and dry.
Right.
And it was all laid out on the bed, and I started folding my stuff up, and I was like, I think I just wore this the other night, but I wear camo all the time. I've got so much of it, and I can tell you that I've literally had not only people, because my buddy walked right up on me. It was during bow season, and I was, kind of hunkered back in this little bush, and dude walked right to me, man, walked right beside me, never saw me. He had his compound bow. He was going over to this other spot, and I grabbed him by the leg, dude. He threw his bow down, screamed, took off running, scared the hell out. He didn't even, and he told me, because dude, I could have swore he saw me because he was walking right towards me.
Right.
And I've even had deer come so close to me that I could just pull out my pistol and stick my pistol up to them and just shoot them. Yeah. So I mean, this camo stuff, man, is very important to have because you may have to run out in them woods and kind of hide for a minute. I'm just saying,
I got fatigues. I went out and I drove 2 hours to a spot so I could find the fatigues I want. I got fatigue. I got 3 pair of pants, a couple shirts, a jacket, a hat, every fucking thing I need. And I was thinking YouTube videos too, but also I got, some of that shit in my bug out clothes bag. You know what I mean? A set of pants, shirt, all that shit, man. Cause you definitely right.
In the bug out bag, in a couple of them, I've got a good pair of gloves, some bandanas, and a pair of sunglasses are very super important to have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I even got oh shit, I took my bag over there. I even got a pair of clip-on sunglasses for my regular glasses that I wear in case, you know what I mean? Gotta have it, man. Gotta have it. That's in my EDC. I keep it. It's in a hard plastic case, and they just clip right onto my regular glasses.
Yeah, well, I've got a
But it's
nuclear
also for
reactor in my
fishing too.
bug out bag.
Right.
I got power forever.
I bet you there's some preppers out there that got some shit that we don't even think of, like, you know, monitors for radiation and shit all up in their bug out bags. I wish I had one of those. I want one of those. One of those things where you can pick up on radiation and shit.
Mhm.
Well, you know, I got into the whole prepping thing a long while back, and I've done a lot of things that we don't necessarily do now, but I still have a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's for me, I'm like, I really don't care because I still got all this stuff, and it's going to have its place somewhere or another. You know, I didn't just go get rid of it or anything. I've you know, over the years I've learned stuff, and I'd spoke on it the other night. Lee Lazarick had said in one of her videos how much she had learned about prepping, and how you got to be careful about buying like too much food. But you know, canned style, you know what I'm saying, this certain food, you know, the 25-year shelf life, you know, you're great, but certain like canned foods and stuff, it gets to a point to where you can't eat all of it. I mean,
In time, as the dates,
Mhm.
yep.
So these are little things.
I've got like 3 or 4 boxes of canned food that are outdated, and we separate them, but we still save them because I think, you know, at least for a couple years, if it come down to it, as long as they ain't damaged and shit and it ain't swelled up, I would still eat the shit. You know what I mean? If it come down to the come down. So we got like 3 or 4 boxes of outdated canned goods that we still keep stored.
Yeah, I've got some stuff in there that's not too outdated, but it's a little bit. Certain things that I pay attention to, but man,
that's a hell of an idea, Leslie. That's a great idea. I never thought of that one. But if you did have to bug the hell out, it would be good to have seeds, some tomato seeds, some, you know what I'm saying? Some pepper seeds.
Yeah.
I've got some seeds from my region, my area, my region. I've got some seeds in there that are packed for long term storage, and I've got them right there around at some supply. That is a great idea, and I actually had that thought, but I haven't thought about saying it, or I hadn't thought about it in a long time. And that is an excellent idea.
Fuck yeah.
Bring up. I've got them. They're like in this sealed pack where they'll last for, I think it was like 15 years or something.
Nice.
Supposedly.
Right.
You know, I don't know, but they're in a part of my stuff to where if I have to get the hell out, I've got a certain thing of items there that I'm going to grab and throw in a I've got a bag, you know, some bags sitting there that I'm gonna just throw some various items in.
Yeah, no doubt,
but
no doubt.
I have some of them as well, some seeds, but I don't actually have any in my bags.
Let me ask you this: do you ever vacuum seal your freedom seeds? I seen Canadian Prepper. He was a This was an old video from like 2 or 3 years ago, but I seen him where he was vacuum sealing like 10 freedom seeds and another 10 freedom seeds. Is that a good idea?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, it won't hurt anything. There was a rumor going around for a while that they were going to start making powder that had shelf life. And so when it set out, it would expire over a certain amount of time. And the thought process behind some of that was to not where it would make it last longer. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've got some seeds, Freedom Seeds, vacuum sealed, that are for barter items. Because man, dude, I'm telling you, if someone's standing there with some gold and someone's standing there with some Freedom Seeds and they've got some apples and some chicken eggs, I don't know, man. You know, somebody's more likely to trade some Freedom Seeds than for some gold, because the Freedom Seeds can get you more food. It can protect you. It can, the gold. I mean, you know, it's.
I'm gonna tell you, man, and this comes from going to jail. And I didn't spend a lot of time in jail. Like the longest I ever spent in jail was 20 days. You know what I'm saying? Driving crazy on the roads and shit. But anyway, the two things in jail that everybody would fucking barter for, man, they would damn near do anything. Well, of course, people go tobacco and coffee. Tobacco and coffee, man.
Luckily, nobody here drinks coffee.
Shit.
No, I'm talking about at my house.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I'm drinking now.
We don't.
We got buku coffee. Plus, we got the instant kind, the good instant kind too. Like I've drank the instant kind. It's good ass coffee, man. Folgers Crystals instant coffee. It's good shit, man. But it comes down to shit. I bet you, Backwoods. I bet you somebody that drinks coffee in a shit hit the fan situation. I bet you if I had coffee and somebody had Freedom Seeds, they would trade me a couple for some coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Or tobacco too.
Yeah, tobacco and alcohol too. You know, you could go down there and get them little half pint and things like that, and they come in plastic bottles now. So they're real easy to store. Man, you can turn them things. You can take and stack a whole bunch of them in a 5-gallon bucket, and then you turn the other ones upside down in a 5-gallon bucket, and then you put the other ones right side up and then upside down, and you can get a shit ton in a 5-gallon bucket. Them little half-gallon, dude. You can just go buy the cheapest mellow bourbon, rock good shit you can find. Vodka, little $5-6 bottles, man. You can buy these things and store them up, and I guarantee you somebody will be more than glad to trade for it.
Yep.
Right, Drew?
Especially if you got some coffee and some alcohol, and somebody can get them a cup of coffee and pour a little alcohol in it of a morning. Shit.
Hell yeah. It picks you up. You know, even in jail, man. Not to be talking about jail and shit, but you know, shit happens. I was a bad boy when I was younger.
10 days is the longest I've been in jail, but yeah.
But I tell you what, a cup of coffee in jail, it just changes your whole fucking mindset, man. You wake up, you're in that place, you're like, gee, but it would be the same, just like when you go camping. You wake up, you're all sore and coming out the tent, and you go and you make that cup of coffee off. Oh my God, man, you feel so much better.
I got a lot of hot chocolate I hold on to, because I don't like coffee.
I didn't like it when I was younger, man, but it grew. But Nisi is a coffee drinker, and like now I drink it every day. But I usually drink like a half a cup every day. But man, it's something about it, man. Something about it just wakes you up.
I drink coffee from the time I get up to the time I go to bed.
No shit. One of my foster mothers, she would put the leftover coffee in the refrigerator and drink it cold all day long. I'm like, oh my God, you crazy. But I mean, she drink the hell out of it. Cold coffee, man. All day, every day. Like, oh my goodness.
Man, you can even take some of that alcohol and be like, man, I'll give you 4 bottles of this. You go over there and that dude over there, man, he's you know, and shit.
Starting some shit.
That dude over there starting some shit, man. You go take him out, and I got 4 bottles for you now, and I'll have 4 for you when you get back.
Yeah.
Another thing I think people should keep in their shit, as far as medication, is marijuana, man. I'm just gonna be dead honest. Like, you should keep a little bit of marijuana in your bug out bag and have it with you. I mean,
What is that?
I just think like you break your arm or sprain your ankle or something, man. It'd be nice to have something to take the edge off. And if you think about it, man, even other shit, like I don't fuck with it, but I've heard and asked questions throughout communities and shit that, you know, back in the days we used to use other shit as medicine too. Like if you got into where you had to chop somebody's limb off because it got damaged and you can't get to a hospital, it'd be nice to have something to numb it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you can go a lot of different ways with a lot of different shit.
I wonder if that's a good thought. Now I'm gonna add to that or ask a question. I wonder if going down and buying a bunch of some of them CBD gummies or whatever them and having them stored up for preps. I wonder how long they last.
I don't know. I don't know what the shelf life is on gummies.
I'm just thinking,
just keep you some flour, man. Just keep you some flour. Seal it up nice and tight. Gotta keep you some flour, man.
Right. Little flour and B12.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I don't know nothing about that.
Right.
There it is.
Oh, I wonder, do you know the shelf life, Dreamweaver, of like gummies and stuff like that? That's right, Terry. No doubt, Terry.
If they will.
Leslie says she can't keep them around long enough to see how long they last. You know what I'm saying? I hear that.
Yeah, but I'm saying I wonder if that might be a good prep to check into to start getting.
No doubt.
To have some of them stored up, you know, I don't know how, you know, maybe if you can vacuum seal them or something, if maybe it'll make, I don't know. I'm gonna check into that. That might be something I might add to my preps.
Yeah. Just keep them sealed. Dreamweaver said, just keep them sealed.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
That might be, yeah. See, when we get around talking, we think.
Yeah, man, we've been at it 3.5 hours though, man. I think this is the longest members live I've ever done, man. It's been a great time though, man. I've had fun like shit.
I have.
Well, that's like that live last night. I was on cut off at 6 hours, and then here comes Fat Man back on because he had some issues there at his house. And he was up on panel with me, you know, so I wanted to give him, you know, time to speak his mind and whatnot. And then all that went down with drop.
Yeah.
You know, so it wound up being 7 hours and 59 minutes.
Whoo! There you go. Get them hours in, Georgia.
So needless to say, I didn't get to go to sleep till after 5 o'clock this morning.
It was funny because Peach was talking about I'm probably going to end this here in a minute, and then I started getting on Drop's ass. She's like, I think I'm gonna hang on and let Backwoods do his thing.
Yep. Yep.
It's a good time, man. I've had, seriously, I just want to let all the members know, not to call y'all members. I mean, we fam and shit, but I want to let y'all know that the one Sunday, I even took a picture of it. I had to pick my son up from jail because he got picked up. He ain't do nothing real bad or nothing, but you know, they released him and everything. But I had to pick. It was like 10:15. I was sitting at the detention center waiting on him to come out, and then the next Sunday, my granddaughter was rushed up to a children's hospital. So it's just like bam, 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 bam. And then last night, people over the house, shit running wild. By the time everybody left, it was like a half an hour before 10 o'clock. There was no way I could set up and, you know, let the members know and do everything. So I was just like, man, I'm gonna get it in this week. I promise I'm gonna get it. And then tonight, hanging out in your chat, Georgia Peach, I was like, man, we got to do a members live tonight, man. We got to hang out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So boom, bam, bit, man. But it's hard to keep up with this YouTube shit, man. It really is, man. When life's coming at you in every which way, and then boom, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy YouTube. Like, I don't know if everybody does. I fucking love this shit. Like, I love doing these lives. I love hanging out in the members too, because you ain't got to worry about no trolls, no bad shit going on or nothing. It's just all love in here. You know what I'm saying? I love this shit. But it's just hard to get it going and make sure that everybody knows and get everybody together to hang out. But man, this has been an awesome one, man. This one was fun as hell. All of them been fun, but this one was fun, man. We went from talking about war and all that shit to showing all our EDCs and bug out bags and shit, man. I love that shit, man. I miss talking about preps.
And I didn't just say anything off the wall tonight.
right. No doubt. We ain't get no clips from you, Backwoods. We ain't get no clips from you.
I kept it. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The other night, I mean, I had a great time. Everything was cool. The one thing I honestly that I kind of feel bad about, sort of, I kind of feel bad about is when Fat Man come on there and Deanne was up on the panel, and I kind of let some words fly out, and I shouldn't have been that. I don't know. You know what I mean? I kind of felt bad. Huh?
Hyped up. Cussing.
Yeah, I cut down on Fat Man, and I like Fat Man, but I ain't got no problem with him. You know, I was just giving him a hard time because I've been on the panel with him before, and we cut on each other pretty good, and you know, so it wasn't no disrespect towards him that I feel bad about. It's because Awkward was up there. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of let some hard words fly out, you know, and I just, and you was like, man, I'm sorry, you know, and I was like, God dang, I did feel bad about that. Like I truly felt bad.
Yeah.
But other than that,
so sometimes we get to cussing, man, and then I'm like, oh shit, we got the ladies up here, and it's, but they understand, man. It gets emotional sometimes, man. We let loose, right. You know what I mean? Y'all know what y'all in for, right, Georgia Peach?
Heck yeah, ass Backwoods. I was cussing last night, so
yeah.
I was gonna say some of these ladies is pretty rough, man. They're pretty hard, man.
Yeah. I'm glad they on our side. I'm glad they on our team, or I'm on their team. You know what I'm saying?
I guarantee you.
Let's just say, Tribe, you would have been proud of Ohio Prepper last night.
I heard. Ohio Prepper is smart as a whip too, man. I dig Ohio. She's cool peoples, man. Man, all of y'all are so cool, man. Everybody that hangs with us, man. I'm telling you, it's coming down to where, no bullshit, the ladies are holding shit down. No bullshit. I know it's just us in here, but press one for the ladies. You know what I mean? The ladies are holding it down.
Yes, they are.
Niecy's a tough one too, man. She hangs with y'all. She adores all y'all. She really does, man. She gets so excited when we're gonna go live so she can hang out with all y'all, man. It's just cool, man. It's just good times. That's how it's supposed to be, man. Good times, laughter, smiles, real talk, all kinds of shit, man. We hold it down, man. We really do the damn thing, man. I'm proud of all of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's the ones. I salute y'all. Dreamweaver said colorful speaking. That's a good way to put it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's yeah.
All right, man. Well, I am gonna call it though, because we're at 3.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? But maybe we do it again, man. Later on in the week, do another, members live. Definitely, within the week we'll do another one and shit, and I'll do a regular live and all that stuff, man. I'm gonna try to clip up that last live I did too. Do a little funny video, clip it up and shit. I gotta release some beats because some people want some beats, so I gotta do another. I'll probably drop like 10 more beats real quick on the YouTube, lose a bunch of subs because they get pissed at me when I do it, but who cares? Whatever. People want to use the beats. I'm going to let them use them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate everybody that came to hang out, everybody that was here, everybody that's here now. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. We do. Yeah. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me on the panel and jumping up here.
Probably in the morning, some point for sure Wednesday, I'm gonna definitely do a live during the day, and morning
Nice.
time like I did the other day.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Get it in, Backwoods. Get it in. You know people love it when you go live, brother.
I enjoy sitting around hanging out with all these folks too, man. I really do. It's YouTube is fun for me.
Yeah.
Some people let the drama get to them, but it don't bother me. I'm just like,
Nah.
I told Drop last night, you don't understand, son. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Just plain and simple.
It's kind of funny to me, man. Like drama's just kind of fun because it's funny and shit. Like it's just funny. You can't take that kind of shit so serious anyway. We're YouTubing. I mean, if you're getting a beef on YouTube, it's just it is what it is, man. It's calling the police and shit. Like, come on, man. Really? Like that's some bullshit.
I'm gonna screenshot that and call the police. Go for it. They're gonna sit around and laugh. Be like, look at this shit.
Yeah, man. What the hell?
We're releasing crime.
I hear that, Dreamweaver.
But all right, guys, I enjoyed it. Thank you for letting me come up.
Appreciate you, Georgia Peach. Hey, make sure y'all check out Dreamweaver's other channel though, because she got a strike. So now she's gonna have to post for the next week. She's probably gonna have to post on Katie Uncork. So just check it out, man. Sub up. Gotta have them backup channels. You know how YouTube be doing. I'm just waiting for them to hit me up on something. Lord have mercy. Lord knows I got something out there they can hit me up on.
I'm surprised I ain't been took down.
Yeah, I swear.
But all right, we'll catch y'all.
All right. Hopefully we just get a strike though, man. I hope they don't just rip the channel down because that would be devastating, man.
But I think it was you actually that said it one time real quick. You said, I believe it was, if one of our channels do get taken down, we got such a good community now. We can just start up a new channel, share it out, bam, 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 have the people that we want coming in anyway.
Yep. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. No doubt. No doubt. All right, y'all. We're going to call it. Catch y'all on the next one, which will be soon. We're going to keep it going, but love all y'all. Really do. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. You know what I'm saying? All right. Catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Have a great night.